Good evening, welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Well, we did it. We're there. We're in the playoffs. Who would have believed it? And everything went to plan. 5th place, playing Sunderland. That's exactly what most supporters wanted, I think, out there. And we're going to discuss that tonight with the team. We've got Claudio, we've got Vicky, and we've got Miles. And we've got lots to discuss, loads of comments. So let's waste no more time. We've got loads to discuss. Let's bring the team in. Claudio, good evening.
Good evening, Ken. How are you?
Good evening. I'm happy. Yes, like you are. Yes.
I just feel great. You know, got absolutely stitched up by my wife doing the shopping again. Every time we win, that's it. Absolutely hammers the wallet. But yeah, great.
Well, absolutely. Hey, look, who cares? It all went to plan. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, you might care. It's not your wallet. But,
well, no, I don't care about your wallet. Who cares about money? It's only there. You can't take it with you, can you? You've got to spend it. Right, Vicky. Good evening, Vicky.
Good evening.
I love the background. It's nice. I like you better. Have you ditched Sims now?
Yeah, I took that photo yesterday.
You haven't ditched Ellis, have you? Ditched Ellis?
No, that's just from yesterday to celebrate. No.
Oh, okay.
To celebrate yesterday.
That's all right. I'm just checking. He's still in your good books, even though he's not scoring. Did he? I've seen him wave. Actually, was it to you? I thought it was.
No, but it was in my direction.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I think you never know. He watches the program. And Milesy, good evening. He's just joined us. Is he there? Yes, he is there. Good evening, mate. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, you're all right. Yeah.
I'm all
We've
right.
done it. We're there. Everything's gone to plan.
I'm fine. Yeah, yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's it just. I was saying to Paul. I messaged Paul yesterday. Paul Cuttyford. He was messaging me while I was DJing, and I said it's strange. It doesn't feel like it was. It doesn't feel like it felt 2 years ago. It feels different. I don't know why, but it feels different. It's weird. It's a weird sensation. It's a weird feeling. I've watched the game till I went to bed at 10:30 this morning. I watched the game twice, and then I stayed up when I got back. Will went out. He come back at about 3:30 in the morning. I was still up, and I was watching the game. Well, I watched the highlights on ITV, which I thought was rubbish coverage, absolute pants. And then I got catch up.
Yeah.
What?
They started with the relegation battle. Ridiculous.
I know. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But hold on, let me just put my phone on silent. And so me and Will stayed up, watched it, and then I put it back on again. I fell asleep on the sofa. Woke up at 10:30, went to bed at 10:30 this morning, got back up this afternoon about midday, and put it on again.
Wow. Was it better second time?
Third time. It's just weird. Do you know what? And I don't know if you said this on the show last night. I know you did a little show. But we've got to give a massive thank you to Mark Robbins. I just think we wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for Mark Robbins and what he has done over the years that he was with the club. And Frank's come in and he's galvanised it. He's sort of a fresh look at it, and he's galvanised them. I've been out all afternoon. I've just got back and I just quickly watched City Unseen. And seeing the players in the changing rooms after and what Frank was saying, it's galvanised the team. But we've really got to say thank you to Mark Robbins. He's built this for us to kick on, and for me, it's just the reason I think it feels different. It feels feels special, in a more special, I think, this time around because of the way we've done it and the atmosphere at the ground. To see a record crowd again, and you know, you remember League One and League Two, 5,000 people on a cold winter's night at the CBS, and then you turn up yesterday, and you can't get near the bloody ground. It's just full of fans. And it looked amazing. And I think that's why I watched it 3 times on the telly. I'm going to watch it again later. Just to see the fans and the people's faces. Just absolutely amazing. And even Will, we would be, when we went in the ground after we met you, we were down in Singers Corner, and there's a new drummer, a little 15-year-old kid drumming, and everyone stood around him. And I did a live stream on Facebook, and the atmosphere was just brilliant. There was no nerves. It just didn't feel nervous this time around. I said to you that I didn't feel nervous yesterday. I felt comfortable going into that game because you know what we are capable of doing, and we did it yesterday. But to see those fans, the fans are just the way the club's grown. And as I'm going to say it, we've got to give a massive thank you to Mark. Mark Robbins has built this up for us to go up to the Premier League. It might happen this year, it might not, but we've got another shot at it. Who could believe we could be going to Wembley 3 times in 3 years? It's ridiculous. Who would have thought Coventry City might be going to Wembley 3 consecutive years? You never ever think it. You can't believe it, to be honest. And do you know what? It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. It's just flipping brilliant. I had people last night in the club where I was working, Liverpool fans, Man United fans, Wolves fans. There was even a Borough fan in there, and we were ripping it out of him all night while I was doing the disco. We were just ripping it out of him. Well, it was karaoke as well last night, and he got up to sing a couple of songs. And he was singing Hey Jude, and he was going Borough. So I was on the microphone going Sky Blues, like, you know, when he was singing it, and the whole place was loving it. And do you know what? It's just fantastic, just to see. And you know, as we've said on the show, week in week, I'm going on here, aren't I? Sorry,
I said it's the longest hello ever. This is
sorry. It's just brilliant, and it's brilliant, and it's just flipping fantastic. And the fans have done it all season, home and away. The fans have been incredible. And the players yesterday did it for the fans. And we're playing Sunderland. Blimey. What more of a chance are we going to get to try and do this? And we could end up, if we beat Sunderland, we could end up playing Bristol City in the final.
That's a possibility. You can't rule that out, can you? Yeah.
No. And I mean, what more better chance of us trying to get to the Premier League is it's just flipping brilliant, isn't it? And by the way, Gordon Tulliard, thank you for my picture. There you go. It's up on the wall. But
I've seen it yesterday.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to talk about the team, but that's how I'm feeling. It feels different. The confidence of that team yesterday, the way we started that game, and Ben Wilson, I love you.
Yeah, I mean, the first time it's like losing your virginity, isn't it? And the second time you sort of, I like that. I want to try it again. So that's what it feels like, doesn't it? Miles, I'm with you, mate. Because this morning, Caroline was downstairs. I didn't realise she was watching the telly, and I put it back on again. And she said, "Oh, I was watching Laura Koonsberg, whatever her name is." I said, "Oh, stop that!" I said, "I want to watch the football again." So yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely fun. It's a fantastic day.
She let Ken carry on with the show now.
Yeah, can I get a word in now? Yeah, look, it's fantastic. It really was from day one. I was down at the fan zone early on. Miles came down and met me, and it was buzzing. The atmosphere was buzzing. Everybody was happy and speaking to people out there. They were all pretty confident, to be honest, that we'd do the job, do what we needed to do. And then news came through, obviously, about team selection, which we're going to speak to everybody about in a minute. And everybody was buzzing that they wanted, a change, and that they got the change they wanted, I think. So, it was just fantastic. And it's a bank holiday weekend, so it makes it even better. Because none of us are working tomorrow, I don't think, are we? No?
No. I've been and had a couple of beers this afternoon. In fact, actually, I just want to give a big shout out to the Clarence King Carveries. We've been over there this afternoon. Flipping lovely. If you want a carvery, you got to go over there. It's in Alston.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to pop over. I ain't had a chance yet. I'll have to pop over and try it.
So I've had a couple of drinks with Cheryl this afternoon. Will drove us, so that was nice.
We can tell, mate. We can tell.
No, I've only had 2.
Yeah, it takes 2. Yeah, I've only had 2.
Or was it 4? I don't know. But I've been and bought some more for later. I'm celebrating.
If you're from Leicester, it's 6, isn't it?
Well, whatever. Yeah, but and if we win on Friday, if anyone wants to come and join me in Leamington, because Will ain't coming. Well, he's coming to the game, but he's going over to his girlfriend's in Warsaw. So I'm getting the train over Friday. If anyone wants to come and join me in Leamington, I'm going out for a few sherbets after the game if we win. On my own. Okay. If anyone wants to come and join me. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what I'm doing. I might come and join you. See. Anyway, look, we've done it. We're there. Everything went to plan. Yeah. Even the team selection went to plan, Claudia, didn't it? What was your thoughts on the team selection when it came out? Because everybody was looking at the number 1 slot, the goalkeeper, and news filtered through that Ben Wilson was in goal, and it sort of lifted everybody, I thought, didn't you?
Well, we said this we tried to drop enough hints that he was going to be playing on Saturday. Basically, I couldn't say it without putting it actually on the screen. But but I think it had the desired effect. As soon as it filtered through that it was playing, you could tell people think it's almost like a bit of a relief, wasn't it? Yeah, great. It's one less thing to worry about, because there was an incident right at the start where Ben came out. We spoke about it last night, and it wasn't a particularly great clearance. He didn't really time his run right, did he? But had that been Brad Collins, would have gone, oh no, straight away. And people have been laughing and mocking, but they didn't. They gave Ben a massive round of applause, didn't they? And a cheer. And he's a character. We know he is. And he's good at what he does, and he's good enough. Basically, he's proved that before. But it was brilliant, and the fact that Thomas was back, Milan was back, it was good. It was a good starting lineup, and it was enough to lift the crowd. But Miles said it. It felt. The atmosphere felt good. It was like a party atmosphere. It was similar to the Blues match, wasn't it? In that playoff season, where we just thought we're going to win. We don't care. They may have brought 5,000 fans, because they did then, didn't they? We're going to win. We're just going to win this, and we completely blitzed them. So the starting lineup was bang on, basically, and it's probably a mastercard by Frank by pretending everybody was injured. He obviously rested them for the Luton game, thinking because we knew we still got one shot at it, regardless of what happened in the Middlesbrough game. We had to beat Middlesbrough in the last game of the season. So I think it was a masterstroke, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I think the team selection was spot on, and it just gives everybody a big boost, and everybody's lifted when they heard the new team news, because they all started singing the Ben Wilson song. We haven't heard that for so long, have we? So it was nice to hear it again. Victoria, you were happy, weren't you, with the team when you seen it, weren't you?
I was. I'm already in trouble with Claudio because I didn't listen to him about Wilson coming in. So, I'm in trouble. I've got to pay more attention to what Claudio's saying going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was great. And we spoke briefly about it yesterday, didn't we, Claudio? Just the fact that it just started off the game in a positive vibe. Like Miles just was saying about the atmosphere. You're walking up to the ground and you're hearing like the noise from inside the ground, at least half an hour before kickoff, as if the game was going on. And you just think, I can't remember the last time I heard it like this. This is just incredible. And it just carried on, didn't it? And that whole positive atmosphere. It was great, really. And I think, especially with Van Erwijk coming back as well. That gives that extra attacking strength, if you like, because we missed him, didn't we, when he was out, because he gets forward a lot. But him and Sakamoto on that side were awesome yesterday. That was the two of them at their very best, and when they're on it like that, they're just unplayable, really, aren't they?
Yeah, and we had to come out of the blocks flying, which is what I said on the previous show. I thought we needed to start early, come out straight away. I thought it'd be a little bit cagey, but to be honest, it wasn't. The first 20 minutes or so, we were really on top, weren't we? 25 minutes. I didn't really see them causing us a problem. I was quite relaxed. Miles, were you happy? Were you more than happy with the team selection, weren't you?
I got it right. It right. Yeah, I picked 11 out of 11.
Oh, you got the fan hub.
Yeah, I did it. I got it right. I got everything right. I knew Bobby would be back. Knew Milan would be back. I knew it was mind games.
And Bobby Thomas made a difference as well, didn't he? As well as Ben Wilson.
But listen, the whole. Okay, I'm probably going to be a baddie now.
Boo.
I'm going to upset someone on this show.
I thought I'm going.
I thought we played really well with 10 men yesterday. To be honest, no, I'm not. I'm only joking. No, I was so chuffed for Ben Wilson yesterday. I made up for him. I love the guy. He's such a great personality. He's you can see it on tonight when I watch the Unseen. When he's coming out the tunnel, he's telling the lads, "Come on, lads, let's do it for each other." His spirit, his bounce, and everything you could tell. And when he had that first touch in the first half, I'm like, "Oh no, it's a mistake," but he recovered from it. And I think it's like he said in his interview, he was nervous. He's still injured. He's still got an injury, he said, and he played through it. He played through the pain. And some of the saves he did yesterday were just fantastic. I mean, one in the first half where he's tipped it onto the post and he's pushed.
That was outstanding. That was outstanding save.
Unbelievable save. Second half, some of his saves in the second half that kept us at 1-0 was just fantastic. And do you know what really made it was at the end when they all jumped on him. And I think Radoni kissed him or something. I think, if I remember right, I think he gave him a big kiss and they hugged him and the whole team went over to him and hugged him. It was just phenomenal. And I'm so pleased for Ben Wilson because he deserves it. He deserves this. And the thing about Ben, he's been here. He's done this with us. He's already done it. He's done it. 2 years ago, he Golden Glove, everything. He's done the whole thing. I know people will say, well, it's because of the defenders in front of him, but he still has to make saves to get that Golden Glove, and he did. And as for the back four yesterday, what's his name again?
Bidders.
No.
I know it.
I'm losing. Kitchen.
Oh,
Kitchen was ace. That's it. Kitchen was brilliant yesterday. I just thought about cooking and then it wouldn't come to me.
I'm going to say, somewhere you don't go into normally.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Kitchen was brilliant yesterday. It was great to see Bobby back, some of the challenges he was making. He was cramping up at the end, weren't he? So he hasn't played many minutes. And Ben Sheaf. Ben Sheaf was back to Ben Sheaf. Ben Sheaf was Ben Sheaf yesterday. He did, oh man, the amount of covering he did on that pitch yesterday was just brilliant. And he got the team right. He got the team right. I'm going to say it because we have to say these things. I still don't get Ellis Sims. I'm sorry, Vic. I don't get what he's trying to do. There was a couple of instances yesterday. He's looking to go and run at a player instead of looking at the ball, and he's pushing players around. And then there was one instance in the second half. I think he was like nearly having a boxing fight with one of them. I don't get what he was trying to do yesterday. It was quite frustrating at times, but then again, what he did. Some of the things he did off the ball to drag players away to create space for Hadji Wright, for Radoni. Radoni was, wow. There's a comment here.
He's a machine, isn't he? Machine.
Yeah. Is he going to be better than O'Hare? He already is.
Well, I was going to ask that.
He already is. You know what I mean? He's already better. But that's the only thing I could say about yesterday was there was some parts of that game yesterday with Sims. I didn't get what he was trying to do. And he's such a beast. And you got, come on, you can do this. I mean, that shot in the first half, I thought it was in. You know, when it just went past the post. That was close.
Yeah.
That was really close. But yeah, team selection. Ben Sheaf. Ben Sheaf.
I think they all put a shift in yesterday. I can't
all
really
of them.
fault any of them, to be honest. Even the subs that came on as well.
Asante,
we're going to go into that, but Asante, for me, that's his best game I've seen him play when he come on. So I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah,
he really was. All right, shall we go to a few comments then, Cloud, and get them out of the way before we go into the...
Get them out of the way, blimey.
I can see them piling up.
About 900.
Right. Some of these I'll just read out because it's quicker to read them than put them on the screen. There's that many of them. If I missed you out, I do apologise, but there are loads and some are very similar. So I'll just get through them. Finn says, what a game, what a win, what a performance. Wilson, man of the match. Rodoni on fire. Sante gave us the extra edge to secure 3 points. Outstanding team effort. Now on to Sunderland. Gavster Legrand, bonsoir tout le monde. Good evening, everybody. What a game it was yesterday. And then he says, we live and die in these times. Yes, that was amazing. If you hear it back on the television, absolutely amazing. And for once, Sky didn't go to break, did they? They just let it play.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Paul Stratton, what a day, what a win. Rudy unplayable, Wilson inspired. BTA finally shows what a player he is. Friday can't come quick enough. Bring it on. Paul Cutterfoot. We just need to keep pushing and keep other clubs worrying about us. A little more mental strength and commitment in the forward line. Oh, and get rid of Sims. Ooh, harsh. Paul Cutterford. We just need to keep going and make others worry about us. Poor mental strength and commitment from our forward players, but Sims has to go. We are not the club for him. Okay, Paul doesn't like him. Doug Bolam. From one Doug to another Doug. Doug, we didn't see eye to eye last year with your decision making. I have to admit to you, Doug, that this Doug was wrong. I owe you an apology, Doug. Regards, Doug. Blimey.
A lot of Dougs.
That's a dog.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot of Dougs, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, I was going to do a joke. I won't do it. All right, Costa 51. Even all, what a performance. A win at just the right time. Bring on Sunderland. GRB boxing. Get in, you beauty. Let's smash the northern mob. Believe me, I had a message from my Sunderland mate, which I played back to friends of mine. And it's basically him going, oh, looks like you made it then. And we're playing you. That's it then. No promotion for us. They don't want to play us. They do not want to play us. Evening all from Mark Packman. Playoffs, yippee. The kiss and well done to the boys. Graham Cockrell, we got Jack Rodoni, what more can one say? Liam was, don't think I've recovered from yesterday yet. Made myself sick. I got so worked up about it. It was and was in bed by 5 p.m. with a migraine. Wilson was everything I wanted to see him yesterday. I must admit, I had a bit of a headache in the morning thinking about it. About to take some painkillers. I could feel it. You know what I mean? When you're getting a bit too tense. Glenn Watkin, evening all, still buzzing. Can't wait for Friday. Nicholas James, Nicholas James. He's been positive for the last month or so, as Nicholas James. I've got to say that. Good evening to you, one and all. I think I've just about got my breath back. I haven't stopped smiling either. I woke up like a kid on Christmas morning. Dino, CCFC 4, what an atmosphere. And how good did we play? Mark Packman. Evening, guys. On to the playoffs we go, playing well at the right time. Will it be the promised land dream? Oh, I do hope so. Nicholas James says, spent last night and today watching every available clip and podcast. The awesome City Unseen today, which just gave us the goosebumps, and happy tear or two again. Ralph Wiggins, you look tired, Miles. He sorted his tickets out. He's sorted it. We got it done. He got it done. I know a lot of you. I've had about 6 or 7 messages today. People struggling on the website with buying tickets. It sounds like an absolute nightmare if you've got different accounts and different age groups. Why can't it be simple?
Can I just say something on that? The club have had a mare, really.
Yeah.
Right? Because people who like Ralph, no disrespect to Ralph, but you know, he was messaging me last night, how do I get my tickets? I was trying to tell him, and he couldn't work it out. So the club have given season ticket holders till 10 a.m. Monday morning. I ain't being funny. The ticket office weren't open today, and it ain't open on Monday.
No, they opened. They opened.
What, today?
Yeah. He managed to he had to go over there though because he couldn't for some reason. Yeah. For some reason. he had two
thought
accounts.
they weren't gonna open. Yeah, I thought they weren't going to open.
No.
So, you know, he was panicking.
It wasn't made that clear. I don't think it's.
They didn't even put under 21s prices on there. So when I thought, oh, I'm going to pay 30 quid for Will. So when I went on and I put Will's in, it come up at 25. So they didn't put that on there yesterday. They only put adults concessions under 18s or 16s, whatever, or junior Sky Blues, whatever age it is, and OAP. That was it. That's all they put. They didn't put under 21s. So, and
the thing is, with season tickets, your seat is held anyway. So they could easily do block, I don't know, where they start from 2 all the way around. You could do 2 till block 6. You got this space to start getting yours then. And then you could concertina the whole thing, couldn't you? So you're still going to get your ticket. It's I think Imagine if you have got ground. Imagine if you had a 60,000 stadium. It'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Organising that. That's a lot of that's to do with Ticketmaster and the system as well, though. Day sports photos. I agree, Miles. It does feel different. I think 2 failed penalty shootouts have maybe tempered our enthusiasm slightly. Mad Frankie, great result and great to meet you yesterday, Ken. Oh.
Yes, I did. I met Mad Frankie. Come up to me and goes, "Oh, is it Ken?" I goes, "Yeah." I goes, "Oh, I've never seen this guy before." It's on Mad Frankie. I goes, "Hello, how you doing? Oh, great show. You know, I love the show." And tell him I love it. He loved it. Every Thursday, every Sunday, he watches without fail. So,
I mean, the only Mad Frankie I know was a Clubland killer, wasn't he? In the days of the Craigs. Mad Frankie Fraser. You got to be careful, Ken.
Yeah, well, he seemed a nice guy. So, it was nice to meet you.
Good evening, guys, and Victoria. I hope you're excited as all us Coventry fans are about being in the playoffs and playing a team who in the past have struggled to beat us. Graham Cockrell. You all must talk about the ref. He was the best referee this season. Can we have him in the playoffs and finals? Well, I thanked him when I dropped him off in Nuneaton after the game.
he was seen in the Arden coach having a few beers with the Cov fans afterwards.
Well, and he wasn't. We didn't notice him, did we? And like I said,
and when you don't notice a referee, you know he has a good game. And
the second goal, that incident where Asante's given him a little nudge and he's gone over.
Yeah, now I don't know what you think, but I think if the Championship referee, he would blow for a foul there.
Oh, definitely. He'd have probably got booked last week.
Yeah, without a doubt.
There was a couple. There's the Van Ivek one where he put was it Conway on his arse in the second half. He'd have got booked for that, and he let play on, didn't he? He didn't give anything.
And that's
it wasn't just him. His assistants were brilliant yesterday as well. I mean, you could tell the quality, couldn't you? You could. He like you just said, Claudia. He let the play go. You know, we've got a free kick, and normally the ref will say, "No, wait," and I think it was Bobby put it down on the floor, and he just kicked it, and he carried on, and the ref carried on. It was like literally, as soon as he blew, give the free kick, Bobby put it down, bump, off it went. And I thought, that's brilliant, because another ref would have gone, wait a minute, let everyone get back into position and all that sort of thing. You could tell the difference with those officials. I don't know. Referee, officials.
Fish and chips. Fish and chips. Are you trying to say fish and chips then?
Yeah, fish and chips. The officials, they were brilliant, I thought. I don't know what you thought, guys, but they were.
Yeah, they had a great game. Well, I said when you don't notice them, there's no controversy or anything like that. A referee had a good game, and that's when.
Cracking.
Did you get noticed, Ken, when you were reffing?
On a few occasions, mainly because I was sending people off, I got noticed. That's probably
I want a referee in the Cov League if you paid me. Dear, I do. It's bad enough playing in it. Cov Colliery.
I noticed now people come up to me and say, "I know you from somewhere." I goes, "Oh, right, okay, but is it?" I say, "I used to referee," and he goes, "That's it. I knew it. You booked me and you sent me off." Or whatever. They keep going back to these games and. I can't remember all of them, but they keep
I don't know if you've got any memories of Cov Colliery, but flipping hell, they were some big fellas, those quarry of mining lads. I used to hate playing up there up at Kersley round there. Used to get kicked
they used to have a lot of people on the line as well, didn't they? Watching.
Yeah. They were some guys, especially when you're from Leamington. That's it, then, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Southern Softies in the same county. Jason Gamble, hi everyone. I have a couple of Sunderland fans. They're not happy they got us and they haven't beat us for ages. Yes. We won't talk about how long ago. I won't even mention it on Thursday night. We've got our mate Paul coming on from Sunderland. He'll probably mention it. David Jackson, serious question. Do you really want CCFC to get promoted into the league? That is not as competitive as the Championship, losing every game, potentially losing the heart of the club. I'll go first. Yes, I want to be promoted. And we just have to do a Nottingham Forest or a Brighton or a Brentford or a Bournemouth. If they can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, and I agree. I think you've got to take a chance when you get it, because you might not get another chance. Take the money, and hopefully we can stay up and do Notts Forest, and not go down like Luton have.
Micky?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's the money, isn't it? It's the how it'll set up the club in like future years by getting there. And I also think, like, for lots of people in like 13 under, so under all of our ages, who've never even seen Premier League football, it'd be nice for them, won't it? So that's another thing. I think the fact that the Championship is such a great league and so competitive is what's actually the sort of softener, that if unfortunately things don't go right, we've still got that. So it's a win really, because I like the Championship. So for me, can't lose really.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to get out. I just, like you, Vic, I want younger fans to see the Premier League. I want my lad to see us in the Premier League. Look, if we get battered every week, we get battered every week. The thing is, you think about the money. I know Luton went straight back down again, but I don't think we would do a Luton. I think that we would give it a real good go. I really do think we would give it a real good go. I don't think we would go down with a whimper, because that's the way the club has been built over the last 8 years. That's what I'm on about earlier on, about what Mark Robbins has done for this club, that he's built the foundations for this club to move forward. And I think once we're in there, we would probably give it a real good go. Look, if we go back down, we go back down, but then we can do what all the other teams have done when they've come back down. I mean, I know Norwich and Watford and West Brom have struggled since they come back down this time. I was very surprised that Norwich never went straight back up, because they were always strong every year, weren't they? They were a bit like Leeds, they come down, they go up, they come down, like Sheffield United, they're strong, Burnley. And I'm shocked that they haven't really give it a good go. But I think we have to get to the Premier League. It's not just for us, it's for the younger generation, to see that quality of football at the CBS and seeing the fans every week. It'd be 32,000 every week. If we can do it in this league, we can do it in the next league, can't we? You know what I mean? We can draw the crowds in, and I think we have to go up. We have to. We can't. You can't stay in this league. You can't. Because Doug's going to run out of money. Investment will start going away, and you've got to get up there to get a real good sponsor. Maybe someone will come in and buy us out with a lot of money. That could happen if we go to the Premier League. I don't think it will happen while we're in this league. And I think, you've just got to look. You can't look at it that way, if you know what I mean. I know David Jackson has a brilliant comment, but we can't look at it that way. We've got to look at it that we're great in this league. We can be great in the next league. We can give it a good go. And I believe we would. I really do believe we would.
That's a yes from Miles. Paul Stratton. CBS has turned an absolute beast. Never heard the noise level so high. What an intimidating atmosphere. Can't wait for Friday. 14 home wins. The last time we got 14 home wins, 1987.
By the way, you missed the most important comment from
Which
Alex.
was that? I'm still in shock. Miles is 100% right about Robbins.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Anybody who says anything about Robbins against him is just stupid, really. I'm sorry, I'm going to say that. because what he's done in the past, you know. And there's an interview with Doug King today, wasn't there, on Talk Sport? I don't know for those who've seen it. And he's basically saying he made the change because he felt the coaching staff wasn't right. He hadn't got it right. And that's where the argument was, I think, that he was given the job to find replacements. And for some reason, you're the only other club. We're going in one direction. We hadn't replaced the coaches. They weren't good enough. Look at the coaches now to what we had. They're so much better. We said it when he came in, and it's proven that at the minute it's proven right.
That reminds me, actually, is the performance like director person still here? You know, that Doug brought in. I forget her name now. Is she still here?
Dr. Clay. Yeah, no one mentions it now. We're doing all
right.
But
quiet on that.
The reason I wondered was because there was an article in the paper where Frank Lampard had given an interview to the press, and he was basically saying that one of the things that he had to change when he came in was just performance levels. And I thought that's a bit of a dig at her, really. And so I thought, well, is she still actually at the club? And I wasn't sure. And you just said,
I don't know. Yeah, I know she's still there.
Yeah.
Glenn Watkins says Mark Robbins should be invited to Wembley by the club if he reached the final. I'll probably have a ticket anyway. I wonder how many points he's got. Dark fast. If Tom Grannon can get a ticket, I'm sure Mark Robbins can.
I'm sure he can.
Glad to be in the playoffs, but the job is not finished. If we go up, should we re-sign Hamer and get rid of Sheafy? I won't get rid of Sheafy. Just sign Hamer and keep him. Wayne Brewer, great win. Let's get it over the line. Richard Gayton. Micky Quinn night was brilliant. Thanks for organising it.
Yeah, it was a great night. We've got a few photos and that coming up from that in a bit. We'll go through that in the second half of the show. But it was a fantastic night.
Leeds United, a fan here. I reckon you will win playoffs. It would be nice to have you back in the Prem.
That's very kind. Thank you very much.
Very, yes. That's some celebration. Fancy winning the league in the last minute of the season. That's great, isn't it, if you're going to do it that way? I was actually pleased. I didn't want Burnley to win the league. I just thought...
Why did the player take his shirt off and then took his vest off?
He's going to take his shorts off as well.
I thought he was as well. He looked like he was going to... I thought, was he doing?
He did, didn't he? He went to pull his shorts down, didn't he?
He thought, oh no, better not do that.
Better not do that. Yeah, I might fall over as well.
Yeah, it's funny that. It's like he was on fire, wasn't it? I've got to take all my clothes off. I'm on fire. Alex F., it's Robin's squad. He said the team would click eventually, and they have. Nicholas James, did you all see it? Love our players. So much togetherness. Ben Wilson is massive to that squad, a leader. When he says to the team, let's be talking out there, stand up and be counted. Look out for each other. Just incredible. He's obviously saying what you were saying, Miles.
Yeah, the guy. Every time I speak to him, if I ever bump into him, he's got an aura around him. It's like he's just that character, and it is so nice because you need that in a football club. Yes, you need a level head as other players, but you also need that character in your club.
Of course you do.
You know, and that yesterday. Go on, Claudio. Vicky, sorry.
It's like we said yesterday, Claudio, wasn't it, about when he did that dive at the end for that shot that had gone miles wide? Just little things like that make the crowd laugh, lift a bit of tension.
Well, yeah, because it was late on. You're thinking, and he kind of like it sort of makes you a bit more chill, doesn't it? And the laughter kills the tension, doesn't it? It's great.
But when you see his face, he saved a shot in the second half. It was quite a weak shot, and he just kneeled down to claim it. Took his hand off the ball, and he had his hand on his knee, and his face, he looked like he was in agony. But just doing that where you think he's time wasting, it's just brilliant, and that's the character he is. And as I've said to you earlier on, he's done this. You know, him and Ben Sheaf, Jamie Allen, they've done this already. They know what's to come. They know what to expect Friday night. They know what to expect on Tuesday night. You know what I mean? That's key. I think that's real key.
Wendy Heron agrees with you, Miles. Paul Stratton as well about Mark Robbins and the building of the squad. Just United do a job against Sunderland. We hopefully beat Bristol, and we'll see you guys at Wembley. That's a Sheffield United fan. Oh, Wayne Littlewood. Let's see what he says. Evening all. What a day. What a game. What an atmosphere. Both teams went for it. Chances either end. As for Asante, where did that come from? Brilliant. About Thomas Asante, when we signed him, me and Miles were like two little kids, weren't we? So it's fantastic. The striker, I was saying the striker we've been begging for, a battling striker, pace, a bit of energy, a bit of strength. The first time we've really seen it.
We haven't seen any of it.
That's the bloke I thought we'd signed back in July.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't see it at Luton. We seen it at Luton, and Asante was on the bench, and I think he stood up all game, didn't he, Ken?
He was getting involved, wasn't he? Like urging the team on. He was like on the touchline nearly.
He was mad for it, weren't he? He was literally mad for it, and you could see it when he come on, couldn't you? He was up for that yesterday, and this is now when players like him, you need them to step up. This is it now.
Yeah. Everybody steps on that pitch has to play a role.
Yeah.
Now this is next week. Well, the home performances are brilliant. We just need one good away performance now as well.
2.
Yeah, I know, but Wembley's home, isn't it? Peter Stevenson, Ken, thank you for finding probably the last packet of salt and vinegar crisps yesterday. Great story you had yesterday. Well done all.
I had to search for it, but I got there.
Brilliant.
We'll be down the fan zone. We'll talk about that again in the second half of the show.
Second half of the show, yes. Trevor Merriman, agree, Miles. The concourse before the game was on fire, and during the game, the fans were absolutely amazing. Craig Robinson, from Sky Blue Fans. Foof, is that the Sunderland YouTube shows? They don't seem overly confident. Their predictions were generally a Sky Blues win. The odd one was saying they would beat us. Is that as in odd, as in not many, just the odd one, because they're from Sunderland, aren't they?
No,
Cov Sheffield final. I want a Cov Bristol final. Yeah, make it as easy as possible, surely. Mark Rainbow, the sound was incredible yesterday, and the sea of sky blue looked great. It did feel special. The fact that if Wilder doesn't make the final would be absolutely fantastic. I'd love that. I'd absolutely love it, as Kevin Keegan said. Ray Carolina, I really feel that we're going to play Bristol in the final. I think Bristol will win their home leg 2-1 and draw the away.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. If we played Bristol.
Well, we are the two teams who've got the best home records since Christmas, better than Leeds and Burnley. And I don't know what you guys think. I think playing first in the playoffs at home is an advantage, because you could really, normally the teams, there's not much difference in the top. I mean, okay, Sheffield's slightly better than the others, but you could really kick on. If we have a performance like we did last time against Sunderland, we're pretty much there, aren't we?
The thing is, we've done it that way every time.
Yeah. So I'm not. Yes, we have. Yes, you're right.
Thinking back to the middle
games. Yeah, but those 2 games we drew both of those.
So no fear.
Yeah.
Assassin United, hi all, we're on our way. Doug's a liar. It's a top 5 deck. The media's a liar. Lampard is a football genius, and our fans are actually quite good. P.S. Miles, let's hear a super Frank. It's Anne Joyner, Evening Jan. She's Evening Anne. She's probably on the canal somewhere having a little sail. Whatever you do. Good evening, you lovely lot. I'm not sure what you're doing. Do you drive a barge? You pilot a barge. I've actually piloted one, and I absolutely frightened the life out of the mother-in-law.
It doesn't fly.
Well, I think you pilot it.
Don't call it pilot.
I mean, well, I don't know, but it's 4 miles an hour, and I managed to keep crashing into the side of the. Yeah, I was drinking Peroni at the time as well, so that didn't help. She was just screaming at the front of the barge. It was quite funny. Anyway, good evening, you lovely lot. She's not invited me again. That was like 15 years ago. Good evening, you lovely lot. Anyone come back down to earth yet? Lost count of how many people in the local pub have been commenting on yesterday's win and playoffs. People who usually have no interest in footy, but are so optimistic about the team. This will lift the whole city just like it did in 1987. For those of us who remember it, it's given us a massive lift. Doug Bowden, the crowd yesterday was absolutely amazing. Live and Die was phenomenal. Mark Rainbow, I was watching the Borough vlog this morning and the chat was trying to speak, but you couldn't hear what he was saying because of the volume of Take Me Home. By the way, Nicholas James says, I've predicted that we would finish 5th and play Sunderland and win at Wembley. Now it's coming to pass. He said to me this outside the ground, actually. We were talking about this before the game. This is our year. Promotion is in our grasp. I look at our boys and Frank, and I know we finish this season with a playoff winners promotion parade. Fantastic. Martin Catton, was great to see Vicky Esty and Cloudy up in the crow's nest. All my grandkids' faces when we scored, just brilliant. And join only a couple of drinks, Miles and Shezza. Paul Hughes, evening, Paul. I hope he's had a tough time lately, Paul. I hope you're doing okay, mate. Evening, all. The improvement in Rodoni and Frank is remarkable, and the control of Grimes is brilliant. Miles is right. Frank has galvanised the team and the club. James Smith, if he could bottle the feeling of days like yesterday, you'd earn a fortune. What an atmosphere, what results. We have nothing to fear. Bring on the Mackhams. Troy Deeney on Sky says no one wants to play Coventry. Let's hope he's right. Jack Saunders. Jack, yes. Jack, I ran into Rafael Borges Rodriguez at the Brazilian restaurant in Stratford. Nice guy. Was eating, so I didn't interrupt for a photo, but spoke to him briefly. Oh. So that's why you're not on the show then, Jack. Terrible. Yeah. Maureen Chaplin, looking forward to Friday away to Sunderland. Here we go. PUSB. Thank goodness Wilson was in goal. Well done, everyone. Should we talk about the goal?
Yeah, let's give you a little break and talk about the goal. It came at a perfect time. I thought first half, I thought we controlled it. I thought they had a couple of half chances, but nothing too serious. And I thought if we could get a goal just before half time, would be brilliant. And I popped that man Rodoni right on 45 minutes, weren't it, Claudia? Right on 45 minutes.
The way we started that game was superb, and I was a bit frustrated we hadn't scored because you just want to get your nose in front, don't you?
Yeah.
And Luca, he sat behind me, grabbed my shoulders, and he was going, "Don't worry, Dad, we're going to score. We're going to score today." And of course, he had the chance where Ben Wilson did the great save and all that, but that was it really. But the build-up was good. Sims down the wing to Bidwell. Bidwell then brought it back round. It went all the way around to the side. And Sakamoto, blimey, what a player. What a player he is when he's on his game. And he's got better and better, hasn't he, in the last few weeks? Once...
confidence is coming back.
And he gets the ball over. And Jack Rodoni, like we said yesterday, that's any centre forward of any team. That's how you score a goal with the head. Yeah. Just brilliant. The way he moved off the player into space, and it was flicked it to the far corner. It was great, absolutely brilliant. And
that's what I expect Hadji and Sims to do when the crosses come in. But
I think he's just told to get in there, and he's doing it all the time now. And it's almost like when he scored it, you're not surprised it's Jack Rodoni. They go on about Frank Lampard going back a few years. It reminds me of John Walker when he was at Liverpool and Ipswich. And he used to play midfield, kept score. He was their leading goal scorer at Liverpool when they won the league. I think he scored 27 goals, something mad like that, just from going into the box all the time. It's fantastic. He's such a talent at doing that, and it is a talent. It's a skill to time those runs like that. So it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Vicky, first half, I thought we controlled. I thought we bossed it really. They had a couple of half chances, but I thought we were on top, and I felt we needed that goal, to get us going, to step up a level, and we got it, didn't we? Just right on half time.
Yeah, perfect timing, really, isn't it? I think, like you said, I felt comfortable in the first half. I thought that we were largely in control, created some chances. You're just thinking, you want that goal because otherwise you start to get to the stage where you're thinking, we keep on having chances, are they just going to go up the other end and get like a silly penalty or something, and then suddenly they're 1-0 up and we're losing, haven't had all the game. So you just want that goal, don't you? Just to sort of think, like, we've got the upper hand now to take into the second half. And so, because I mean, Middlesbrough didn't create a lot all day really. I think that save that Ben Wilson pulled off was probably their only time in the first half. You sort of thinking, well, that's a bit of a worry. So yeah, and a well worked team goal. And Sakamoto, I mean, like I said earlier, I thought him and Milan on that side were like pretty much at their best. And so yeah. And we know that Sakamoto can put balls into the box like that when he's on it. So it's excellent. Great header from Rodoni, who we know. It was what was odd is that we know that Rodoni can do that. Surely Middlesbrough must know that. But none of their defenders picked them up. Two of them were picking up Sims, and nobody bothered with Rodoni at all. And you think they must know. Like, why have they just left him? I mean, it's great for us, but if you're a Middlesbrough fan, you must be really annoyed thinking, like, like the amount of goals he's got this season, you know he can do that. Like.
And it was perfect timing when it was right on half time, just the team lift going into the break. That must have been a great lift for the whole team going into that half time tea talk from Frank, being ahead. And Miles, did you enjoy the goal at your end? The goal from Rodoni, it's brilliant, wasn't it?
Me little maestro here just banged that little crossing, didn't he? I mean, they've all said it. He was on his game. There was a move before he did that, and I think the Middlesbrough player nearly ended up on his backside because he totally did in big style. It was quite embarrassing for the Middlesbrough player. I think the way Sakamoto performed yesterday, they couldn't cope with him, could they? And I think who was it got sent off up there for them? He did a
Hackney.
Sorry, that's it, Hackney. He there was a stage in that first half where he's had to put his arms around Sakamoto and bring him down on the halfway line. And it was that good yesterday for me. He was just unbelievable. He was unbeatable. And we know he's got that cross. And when he tees that up, something's going to come from it. And it was on the money. And as you said, Vic, rightly so, Middlesbrough, Rodoni, it was a free header really, because there was literally a player just in front of him, and he's just standing there looking at him as he jumps. They didn't even pick him up. There was no one picking him up, and what a great header! Right into the corner, no chance for the keeper. But Rodoni, wow, the guy's just ridiculous. Did you see that in we'll talk about the second half later, but there was something in the second half. He did about 3 turns with the ball and they still couldn't get it off him. Sakamoto at one point in the second half, he rolled on a Middlesbrough player's back and still had the ball. He sort of rolled on him like he was in a movie or something. Like you're having a fight, and he's rolled on his back and he's still got the bloody ball. Everything just clicked. That first half for me, I thought was great. The only thing is, and I know we're all jubilant, but I think we didn't test the keeper enough in the first half. We created quite a bit, but we didn't test the keeper enough. And when that chance came, you knew that if we get the first goal, there was no way they were coming back. No way, because we would just catch them on the break. That Saka that's it. Sakamoto, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'd love to meet him and sit in a room with him and interview him. It'd be brilliant. So if anyone's listening,
his English is getting a lot better now, isn't it?
I know. If anyone's listening at the club, let me come and interview Sakamoto, please.
I'm sure.
It'd be brilliant.
You'll get an invite. Don't worry about that. You'll get an invite.
I'd love to. He's brilliant. I love him. I think he's just. I said it at the beginning. When he signed for us last year, I said, I couldn't. I've always wanted us to sign a Japanese player. I love Japan, and I've always wanted us to sign a Japanese player. And what a player he's been for us, isn't he? He's brilliant. I love him. He's great. He's absolutely brilliant.
And he's a potential match winner, isn't he? So he's a threat to any side, really.
He could have had a goal as well, couldn't he? He could have had a goal today.
Well, he's due a goal. He gets the odd one here and there, and he's due another goal. So beware. All these teams have got to play while in the playoffs. So you never know. Claudio, got some more comments. Do you want to catch up on the comments?
Yes, we've got loads. Assassin's Unite, well done to Lampard, his staff and fans. Great day. Whatever happens now, we've had a successful season with some great memories. We're on our way and we are building everything. It's positive. Craig Robinson. I was watching some Sunderland YouTube posts, and most of their fans don't seem very confident. Oh, I think he's put that twice there. I've read it out again. The atmosphere was immense and looked really good. Most people wearing sky blue. Roll on Friday. Just hope Sunderland's record continues against us. It's good to see Wilson back in goal. I would start BTA instead of Sims. That's from Mark Frail. Just United. Sorry, Paul. Troy's incorrect. Majority of United fans wanted either you guys or Borough.
I just want to see Alamo hair cry.
Ray, carrying on. I really believe we will play Bristol City in the final. I think Bristol will win the home leg 2-1 and draw the away leg 1-1. Cough to win our home leg 2-0 and draw the away leg 1-1. I'm not going all the way up there for a 1-1 draw. I want to win up there as well.
You're not coming to Sunderland, are you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're going to pay me to stay at home.
That's bugging it, isn't it?
Hey, I've not lost a playoff semi-final yet, so I'm all right. Costa 51, Jack Redonley. I don't care if we lose 2-0 as long as we win 3-0 at home. It don't matter, does it?
Are we all going on the coach?
I don't know.
I'm going on the coach. I've sorted my seat out.
You go. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, yeah. Ken, look.
All sorted.
I don't know.
Hey,
thanks,
snooze, you lose.
Exactly.
I've already sorted it, mate. I've just got to make a message on Tuesday just to give them a little nudge and say, don't forget me seat.
Well, I'm going on the new Sky Blue Fans TV plane. Have you not seen it?
Have we got that yet? Have we got it yet? No, I thought you weren't going to tell anyone about the plane.
Little pilot. I'll pilot it. I can do a barge. I can do a plane, surely.
No.
Right, where are we? Nicholas James. We've read plenty of yours, Nicholas. There's loads of people. Right, James Smith. Not even potentially. The stats don't lie. He's already better than O'Hare. He's talking about Radoni. I think he's a better player, to be honest. Forget the stats. His all-round contributions different to Callum, and they're different. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind both in the same team. Any decent play will do me. Loved everything about yesterday on Wilson's portraying confidence. Did you notice on City Unseen, G and the whole team up in the tunnel? That's from Gibbo. Scott Brown sword. Great result for us. We needed Ben Wilson in goal yesterday for his crucial save. So glad we are finishing Sunderland in the playoffs. Lee Dan. Yes, Lee Dan, of course, back in November when we were 17th said, come on, less of the negativity. We are definitely finishing in the playoffs. So fair play to you, Lee. You didn't put any money on it there, did you, Lee? Our squad's slowly coming together. Sneaking feeling Mr. M. Clark might make an appearance soon. I'm quietly confident we'll reach Wembley. I can't express how delighted I am at the progress we've made. Dark farts. So Clive Eakin joined CWR when we got relegated from the Prem. Now he's leaving this season when we go up. Maybe he was the curse after all. Paul Hughes went to B&Q Wrexham today in my home shirt. Loads of Wrexham shirts there. Sky Blues loud and proud. I think we need to go up this season as there are some strong sides coming up and down next season. It doesn't matter. We are one of those strong sides anyway. Assassin United, I'd pick an unchanged team for Friday with Asante and Mason Clark to come on. Christopher Baker. Evening, guys. What a great weekend. Mick Quinn, and then that result yesterday. Playoff tickets already bought. He was having a grumble, wasn't he, Ken, in the bar?
Yeah.
Having a little rant. Yeah, it reminded me of those two characters, the Harry Enfield and friends. You know, the two characters in the pub. And if Cliff Richard comes in this pub, it was a bit like that. He was having a real go, wasn't he? I'm glad you're happy now, Chris.
Got his tickets.
He messaged me last night. He messaged me last night, and then he messaged me again, but he messaged the wrong person, and he said, "Should I get an Uber?" And I went, "What? Hey?" Anyway, he goes, "Oh no, I sent it to the wrong person. That was for the wife." And I went, "Are you a bit drunk, Chris?" And he went, "Just a bit."
Oh dear. Back on track. Some Middlesbrough vlogs had them to lose before a ball was kicked and couldn't believe how loud the fans were being a struggle to play in. Leicestershire Sky Blue. Lampard was showing a lot of Ben Wilson loving the CB's interview. Chris Johnson Adventures. Ben Wilson, good keeper, nice competition for Dovin. And Joyner, so proud of the team. Milan and Tats were such a formidable and playable pair along that wing. Every player gave 100%, except, sorry, Vic Sims. What a difference Brandon made when he came on. Rounds of possibility. After City on Sea, I have a feeling Carl Minogue can't get you out of my head. Might be sung by some of the fans next game.
Can I just say a big thank you to Cossa51? He's just become a member on YouTube of Sky Blue Fans TV. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard.
Kevin Quinn, suppose I'll have to go to the Green Man again. Nick Kelly said yesterday, we've got to get the plinth. All we need now is Frank's statue already. Lee Dan, panel, please look into what happened to our sky blue banner. It has a large hole in the right corner. A fan popped his head out waving prior to Middlesbrough kickoff. Hope it wasn't sabotaged. I did notice that once you mentioned it yesterday, and it looks, it may have got snagged on something on the way up. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think somebody would have done it.
It was like that for the last game as well.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
It was at West Brom.
Ralph Higgins. Good evening, folks. What a great game and atmosphere yesterday in the stadium. Great team selection, and all the players played their part. Rob Murray. Referee was great yesterday. Let the game flow, made the game about football match and not to him. And Mad Frankie. I'm going to have to read out Mad Frankie's comments because he is mad and he's, can't risk it. Let's be honest. I wonder if he says it like this. Let's be honest. Whatever happens, Sims will surely be sold before next season. There you are. That's how Frankie talks.
Oh, the impressions have started early.
Can I give another shout out to another member? Jordan Williams has just become a member as well. So thank you very much, Jordan.
Okay, Jordan.
I'm absolutely loving life being a Cov fan. I mentioned this yesterday. We've not had this run of seasons since the 60s and early 70s, where it's season on season we are doing something. With Jimmy Hill, we were rising from the third division, going through. We had record attendances as well, which is where the similarity is, and we were winning those games. And I said on the last show that when we have record crowds, we never seem to lose. It very rarely happens in the league.
There we go. It was a record attendance, 31,452 yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And also,
brilliant.
What I said about when it comes to the last game of the season, for some reason, even when we lose, we manage to achieve what we have to achieve. It's bizarre. I can name probably 15 occasions where that's happened, where even when the odds are stacked against us and we lose and we still stay up. It's fantastic. We just got a bit of a hoodoo on that. It is a hoodoo, isn't it, Miles?
It is a hoodoo.
Yeah, is it? I'm just checking.
Did you do Nicholas James?
Where's Nicholas James?
That one.
Ben Wilson, what can you say? What a commanding performance he put in. His experience and leadership will help provide the most special ending to our season. Nicholas James plays in a band. He's got a band, yeah. They'll do weddings and bar mitzvahs and all sorts. Graham Cockrell, Jack Rodoni played 43 games, 9 goals, 12 assists.
Brilliant record, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. So every other game is pretty much involved in a goal. That's not bad. Quick bit of maths there. Some of the Borough fans reckon Rodoni will be worth 50 million in a few years. That'll do.
Every other game.
Well, it's about 42 matches. That's about every other game he's created or scored.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant created. Sorry.
No. I said he's been involved in the goal of every other game. Lee Dan, I predict Sims to turn up in the playoffs to change everyone's opinion of him. He's not a striker to run on through balls, Miles, but he'll come good, I'm sure. Let's get behind him. In fairness, he was unlucky with the first shot. That's a reaction shot. That's what you expect from a striker. And the second one, where he tried to play it with his right, it was a brilliant block by the defender because that was going in. The keeper wouldn't have saved that. That was going in. It's just,
That's what I mean. He had some good chances yesterday, and that one that went past the post, everyone thought it was in.
Yeah, and after 4 minutes, would have been brilliant, wouldn't it? Brian Cronin, just hope we don't get complacent. It's still going to be hard against Sunderland. If you get a chance, check out the Sunderland podcast. Even they are giving up. Well, this is the thing. We were saying this last night after the game. If we were playing Preston, we'd be kind of worried because of, I know we beat them this year, but we don't normally. We would be worried, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
and you have that anxiety. We're playing a team we normally do well against. So the confidence levels are higher in the stadium as well. You think we're up for this, we can do this. And I think that'll make a difference. Like yesterday, Middlesbrough. I think we the fact they're saying we can never win at the CBS. Oh, there you go. You can't, can you? Leicestershire Sky Blues. Can I say well done to Cov for keeping playoff ticket prices at £30, not a Cat A price? Yeah, they're not a Cat A team, are they? That's why.
So, talking about tickets, I wonder how many Sunderland are going to give us, because whatever they're going to give us, I hope we give them the same. So if they only give us 2,000, then we should.
I think they've got 2,000. I think they've got 2,800, haven't we?
They've got the whole away end. Definitely.
We have.
No, they have. 2,800. Ken's right.
Yes. Well, I hope they give us 2,800 then.
Well, they should. We'll be up in the rafters, won't we, upstairs?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Remember, up that 10.
We're going to have to carry them up, aren't we?
There is a lift, I think.
I'll give you a fireman's lift all the way up, Miles.
There's going to have to be a lift for me at Sunderland, I'm telling you now. There's no way I'm getting up them stairs.
Oh,
no chance.
Well, yeah. Well, Lucas says, right, I'm coming to Sunderland. I says, hold on a minute. You're telling me you can't manage the steps at the CBS at the minute and you want to do 14 flights? I think I'll be able to do it on the day.
On the
day. Well, Tyler's the same. Tyler's done, isn't he? I don't know how he's going to do it.
Yeah. Simon Wells, Nicholas James, my lovely friend I sit with wore Milan's actual shirt. She paid £300 for it at Leamington and Warwick supporters meet the players evening. What a lucky shirt. I remember that
auction, yeah.
That was incredible, that auction, wasn't it?
Hold on a minute. She paid 300 quid for the shirt and she wore it.
Yeah.
No. I don't even wear my shirts that are in the loft that some of them are worth 300 or 400 quid.
Yeah.
Although Will's nicked a couple of them.
Simon Wells, we're going up for sure. 3-1 Sheffield United in the final. Guster gets sent off. Sims gets sent off to Sunderland. He won't be. I would say Radoni, this is from Dave's Sports Photos, I would say that Radoni is a more effective player than O'Hare. However, the pure talent O'Hare wins it for me. I do love Radoni, though. He's a brave player and always looks to take players on. To be honest, that's what I was saying. You could have both in the team easily. You could imagine having a 5-man midfield of Grimes, Sheaf, Radoni, O'Hare, and Hamer across a 5-man midfield.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then you still got Sakamoto could play up front or in a 2. It could be, yeah. That sounds a bit like
the league.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd have rotation. It'd be this is what the Premier League could give us. There's some players that like Forest have signed. I'm thinking, where they got him from? Never heard of him before. And they're like outrageous players. Some of these lads are.
There is a lift.
You're just checking.
I thought there was.
No, my cousin Martin is commenting in here, but Martin's just messaged me. He said there is a lift. There you go.
It opens up avenues, totally different player avenues if you get in the Premier League. That's just saying.
No. Neil Thomas, you've got to stop doing this. Neil Thomas has just sent me a photo. It's brilliant. It's at Sunderland Airport. Right? Can you see it?
It's got new fans TV. That's brilliant.
Sunderland Airport.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Oh dear. Oh, fans crack me up. Oh, that's brilliant.
Well, anyway, shall we move on to the second half? And
Yes.
No, let's just carry on. Yeah,
well, let's talk about second half. Otherwise, we'll be all night. I mean, it's 20 to 9 already. But anyway, we ain't got work in the morning, have we? So who cares? Second half, then we came out, and Middlesbrough came out all guns blazing, didn't they? Really, because they had to, because they had nothing to lose. They had to get back in the game, which I thought probably suited us a little bit because we could catch them on the break. Claudia, do you think? Second half.
Yeah, the goal we scored in the first half was perfect, wasn't it? Before half time,
yeah.
And then it made it a real game. We had to score first, and I was amazed Ryan Giles wasn't playing. To be honest, yeah. And they threw bodies forward. I was disappointed in Morgan Whittaker after seeing what it was like at Plymouth, a player that a lot of us were saying, "Oh, it'd be great if we signed him." Well, not on that showing, or the showing before.
Some of the shots were well wide and over the bar and all sorts, weren't they?
I've been watching a lot of the games that they've been involved with because obviously we're playing them and some of the teams around us. I'm just thinking that's not the players at Plymouth at all. Nothing like it. So they came out, but we marshalled them really well. We mentioned this last night, didn't we, Vicky? That in all departments they almost doubled us in certain areas of the pitch. But what we did, and I thought was brilliant, was just so much more direct in that second half. And we had 51 touches in their box compared to their 30. Yet it felt like, I don't know, it felt like they had more for some reason. But we really were really good on the break. I thought the transition was brilliant how we did it quicker. And that's where our strengths lie, I think, with those players. I think some of the players who got up front are wasted when we play a slow game. I think you need to speed it up. And obviously, Asante coming on, he made substitutions. They went to 3 at the back, didn't they? Trying to put more pressure on us, trying to get forward, trying to get men forward, all the rest of it. And really, I wouldn't say it was comfortable, but watching it back though, there was a few flashes outside our box. And on the day, you're nervous, aren't you? Because you're thinking, oh no, if they score now. But rewatch.
At 1-0, you're always nervous, aren't you? We needed that second goal.
But rewatching it, there was a couple of instances, wasn't there? They had a shot that hit the side of the post, didn't they, I suppose? But there was nothing. I didn't really. They weren't that threatening, which was disappointing. And the chance where Bobby Thomas cleared it off the line, I mean, I felt sorry for Ben Wilson there because he goes to get the ball, and Bidders takes him out. When you rewatch it, he tackles Ben Wilson. You can see when Thomas clears it, Ben's having a go at Bidwell, saying, "What are you doing? You just took me out." And they could have scored from that, which is a typical calamity mistake we do make in games, you know. And of course, we went up the end and we scored the goal. But
I mean, it was a clearance, and Sante, as we spoke about it, used all his weight and won the ball fairly, in everybody's and the referee's opinion. Everybody, you know, he won it fairly, but that could easily have been given as a free kick on other days.
I expected a foul. I expected him to blow for it because it's happened all season. I just thought it was a bit edgy but then of course because the results are coming through, a draw would be fine anyway. The way things were going, you know. And out of all the teams that had to win, we're the only ones who've won. That's how good we are. Seriously,
we got the job done.
Yeah. Everybody else had to get the job done, but they didn't. We actually won the game. You know, that out of all the teams, that tells you something. You know, we're probably not as bad as some of us have said in recent weeks. It's just that we're a frustrating team at times, aren't we? Because we know the talent is there, and yet again at home we showed it. Just got to do it on our travels.
And it was a great cross by Sante and a great finish by Rodoni, wasn't it, in the end? Yeah. Because what annoyed me just before that, if you remember, Hadji, when we had a 3-on-1 situation, and I was crying for him, pass the ball, pass it, and he didn't, did he? He decided to shoot and he got blocked. But what an opportunity! And I thought, is that our chance for a second goal? They're gone. Because I was really frustrated at Hadji.
There was 2 or 3 times where Bidwell ran past Hadji, where he should have slipped him through. He saw when I rewatched it today, I'm thinking, oh, he should have passed it there, and he didn't pass it. And you're thinking I'll tell you what. If that was going back in the day, if that was someone like Stuart Pearce running past him, I'd have absolutely rocketed him. Well, he would have done. He said, "Come on, pass the flipping ball, mate."
Yeah, you're in a 3-on-1 situation. You've got to pass the ball, haven't you?
I thought all in all, having rewatched it, it was probably a lot more comfortable than I felt watching it on the day.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't feel they were gonna. I just didn't feel they were going to score. I just had one of them things. I thought, they're not going to score here. And I was quite confident we'd get that second goal. Didn't think we'd have to wait till 88 minutes or whatever it was to score it, but we got there in the end, and all good. Vicky, I suppose that's how you've seen the second half as well. I mean, the performance was brilliant, wasn't it? Come out, did the job, weathered the storm, and caught them on the break.
Yeah, definitely. And again, a perfectly timed goal, just at the stage where they're pretty much throwing everything at it because they've got nothing to lose. We got. I don't know
if you've seen the celebrations, obviously, of Frank Lampard and the whole bench when that second goal went in. Everybody got up as if like that's it, game over, we've won it.
They knew, didn't they? Yeah, because we've had we had it under control. Middlesbrough throwing everything at it just to try and see if they can get anything out of it, and we got up the other end and score, and that's just pretty much killed it for them. I thought that Hazard for them looked not bad, and he had a couple of decent chances, didn't he? I thought he was probably their best player. I think, like Claudio said, more of the Whittaker. I mean, he's not had a great season, has he? Unfortunately, I think that he had trouble the first half at Plymouth. They spoke about his attitude and the fact he didn't want to be there, and it's obviously not worked out. They moved to Middlesbrough so far, and you have to feel a bit sorry for Carrick, really, don't you? Because Middlesbrough sold like their top striker in January, allowed him to bring a few players in, and none of them have really worked. And I mean, I like Carrick. I think he's. I quite like Middlesbrough as well, to be honest. It's quite nice we played them because I think their fans are fairly decent. It made for a nice atmosphere, a sort of decent game of football because they want to play football. So it was a nice team to be playing under the circumstances. You sort of feel a bit sorry for Carrick because there's a good chance that it cost him his job now. And you think, well, he was hand-tied a bit by him losing his, because that's what you felt all day, really. They never really looked like they were going to pose a serious threat up front and really trouble us, and they didn't really, did they? And then Asante came on, great run in, put the ball across the zone.
Is that the best you've seen Asante play? Because for me, I thought he was outstanding when he came on.
Yeah. I mean, I was really excited when we signed him. I was always gutted when West Brom signed him. I wanted us to sign him then, and he went to Albion instead, and I was disappointed because we couldn't contend with his wages at that point, could we? Like that was sort of early on in our Championship sort of days, and so when we got him, I was really excited, and it obviously ain't quite worked out as he probably hoped and we hoped, because when he came in, when he spoke about it in the summer, it was really positive, wasn't it, about his decision to come here, and it hasn't really probably worked out as well as he hoped, but that was a really good performance. But again, you just don't know. Like he looked like he was running freer. Has he been carrying an injury? You just don't know, do you? Like these players, like they're putting their bodies on the line, and sometimes they might be carrying knocks that we don't know about, and they're doing their best under sort of physical limitations. But I thought yesterday he just looked really up for it, really freely running. And the player
he had that shot at the post as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and just the player that I've seen playing for like Salford and playing for Albion, the player that I thought we were signing, so I thought it was great.
Yeah. And
like Claudio said, he looked up, but he was looking up to see where Radoni was. And that's one of the frustrating things about White. You just think in the same situation, he's not looking. And that's what Asante did so well. He was looking to see what the options were and played an excellent ball over for Radoni. And again, like we spoke about, I think yesterday, Claudio, when those sorts of chances come to Radoni, you've just got confidence he's going to do something with it. And he did. Yeah,
midfield was getting forward. He did a lot of running to get into the box there.
Oh, he covered so much ground yesterday, Radoni. Yeah. I mean, I thought that at the ground, but then when I watched it back on Sky this morning, and even more so because he's just popping up everywhere. I mean, at one point he was in the back, he was alongside Thomas and Kitchen, and I was thinking, what are you doing there? He's just covering like the whole pitch, just doing little jobs all over the place.
He was fantastic. I thought it was really good.
What's Claudio doing? He's got drunk.
Claudio's lost his camera. Oh, there he is. Oh, there you go. Is that it?
It's a good job. Isn't it? Not hearing me pants, that'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? 1 a week.
Yeah. I thought we were going to see all your makeup on the desk.
Yeah, and I thought also he got the subs right as well yesterday. I thought the subs came on at the right time, and he bought obviously Ben Sheaf off. He's been booked, and brought Jamie Allen on. He didn't want to risk any silly red cards at that stage, did we? So I thought overall everything went to plan, and the results were coming through, and it all worked out well. Miles, I suppose that's how you've seen the whole second half as well. It was fantastic, wasn't it? Such a relief when that second goal went in, but I just thought, you know, they had to come out at us a little bit, but I thought we coped with it. I thought we coped really well.
Yeah, I mean, they put bodies on the line, didn't they? And it's like, you know, like you say, Claudio said about Bidwell taking out Ben Wilson. I don't think he liked that, because obviously he's carrying an injury. But yeah, I mean, the way we conducted ourselves in that second half was very professional. You know, we knew that Middlesbrough had to come at us again, as we're saying, you guys were saying about the goal just before half time. It made them come at us, and I thought we dealt with it very, very well. It was a bit like last weekend at Luton, you know, until that 94th minute we were defending for our lives, and that's what we were doing yesterday. But I'm taking credit for this, right? Another credit for us and me on Sky Blue Fans TV. Frank must be listening, because I've been saying when we're in the box, just hoof the ball,
get it forward,
just hoof the ball, get it out. And yesterday, when they were getting their foot on the ball in the box, it was going long. It was just going out the box. We were 1-0 up, and it was going long. So I'm taking credit for it. So I'm glad you're listening, Frank. And I was very impressed that we were doing that yesterday. And again, I'm going to go back to Ben Wilson. He come out of his box nearly up to the halfway line a couple of times to get rid of that ball. You know, there was a couple of instances where they played a through ball. I think it was Conway running onto it, and Ben's come running out of his goal, just hoofed it. Gone. A couple of times he did it, didn't he? Absolutely brilliant. And then those saves he made towards the towards the end of the game, just before we scored the second, was just fantastic. And those saves sort of lifted the crowd again as well. It got louder. So we're already loud, but those saves that Ben did, it just lifted the crowd, and the atmosphere and that we did yesterday, I think, helped us over the line. And that ball out to Asante, and the way
that was a long punt, weren't it? A long punt.
Yeah. Well, that was from that was from Bidwell taking out Ben Wilson. Yeah. The ball's cleared up to the halfway line. Asante is just he's just gone. He's got no chance of catching him. No chance. He's left him. And to look up and see Radoni was brilliant. I don't think Hadji Wright would have looked up. I think Hadji Wright might have gone for goal, because I thought he was pretty greedy in the second half yesterday.
Yeah, I was annoyed at that chance when 3-on-1.
Yeah. There was 3-on-1. You know, he could have squared it and he didn't. And then there was another opportunity where he took it to the byline again and he loses it. He's got to sort that out, because we can't afford that. And it is very frustrating. Neil sat next to me and he goes, I hate it when he does that. I hate it. And he's right. It's frustrating, because that it could have been 2-0 sooner than it probably was when it was.
Well, he did it in the first half down your end when he blazed it. When he could have just chipped it back across the box or something.
Well, all he had to do was put it low across the box, and I think it was Radoni in the middle again. Radoni could have had hat-trick yesterday, I think, but
the second half. I mean, the Mad Hatters must be worried every time Wright's got the ball. They'd probably take their hats off. Because his shooting's weird. It's either in the net or corner flag, isn't it?
I don't know why he always goes on the outside. He doesn't go on the inside, and he narrows the angle more. And I don't know if it's because he thinks he can get it into the roof of the net, because you do get a lot of goals that way, don't you? By near post, roof of the net, keeper can't stop it. And I think he's looking to try and do that, but I think he has to look up. He's got to start looking up, because it wasn't just that one occasion. There was a couple more where he tried to go on the outside and cut in. It doesn't always work, and players work it out with Hadji. He hasn't really got a Sakamoto skill in him, has he? He picks it up, runs with it, cuts on the outside, then tries to cut inside on the byline, and then put it in the roof of the net. He hasn't got the skill that Sakamoto's got. I mean, when you watch Sakamoto, that was it the Torp goal when he nutmegged.
Yes.
Who was it against? Who was it against?
Thorpe. The Torp was against
Stoke, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stoke. And he nutmegged 2 players, and he went round, and he just went across the box, and he flicked the ball into the box, and Torp just latched onto it. Had you right, if he's playing out there, he's got to start doing stuff like that. He's got to come in sooner. Yeah. He comes in too late, and I think he's got to start coming in and looking up. But other than that, I thought the second half was just cracking. We really managed to
Miles. He's going to bear it up as well, isn't he? He's going to bear it up as well, isn't he, Miles?
Yeah.
If you always do the same trick every time, the defenders know what they'll just manage it, won't they?
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
I was chatting to someone on Facebook earlier, and I was saying that his decision making around that one thing is probably the only thing that's stopping him being a Premier League striker versus a top Championship striker, because he's got lots of attributes, but that decision making, because he's done that all season, that wanting to do that one move all the time has frustrated all of us. And if he could just get his decision making a bit better, then he's another player that could definitely move up to the top level. But he needs to sort that out.
Yeah, he's got to, Vic, and you're right. And that's what I'm trying to say. He's just a one-trick pony, isn't he, at the moment? And they will work it out, and that's why I'm saying he's got to find something. Look, I know he's not a natural left winger. We know that. We know we got F1 Mason Clark to go in there, and then Wilson comes into the middle. Wright comes into the middle. Excuse me. So we know we've got that skill with Mason, but with Hadji, he's got to start. He's got to start changing it. And you're right. He could be a real top striker. And for me, his decision making at the moment isn't quite right, and maybe it might change in the playoffs. You know what he's like. He turns it on, doesn't he? Like a tap of water. 1 minute he's brilliant, the next minute he's jumping over a ball, and backing out of challenges. And you think, what are you doing? You've got it in the locker. But that would be my only gripe in the second half. Other than that, I thought it was really good. It was sort of like, it was sort of a real commanding game. Really. We sort of set the pace, didn't we? And we haven't spoke about Grimes really tonight. I thought he's
played well. I thought they all play well, but Grimes, he's Mr. Reliable, isn't he? He's
unbelievable.
Yeah,
I think it's we were saying on here a few weeks ago, how's it going to work with Ben Sheaf and Grimes in the team together? I think it's working. I really do. Yeah, I think it's right. I think even one point I said to Will yesterday, I said, I think we've got the best midfield in the league now.
Yeah, we bossed it. We bossed it really in the middle. They didn't cause us any issues at all.
Current
form.
I'll just read these messages out. This is my Sunderland friend has sent me some headlines from the Sunderland Echo. This is their fans. 5 losses on the spin, cause for extreme concern and unacceptable when match game fans are parting with their cash. Hopefully the playoffs will be different, but on current form, Coventry will wipe the floor with us. It's really worrying. Steve commented, can only see Coventry winning, to be honest. His plan has backfired, too much tinkering. 1 goal in 5 games when we need to win at least 2 games. Because they've lost 5 games in a row, haven't they? Gary Kerr added, embarrassing. I can see the semi-final being done and dusted after the first leg. We all get battered. But what's caught my eye is that the breaking news story says Ian caught masturbating at petrol station. That's true. I'm not using that pump station.
Who?
It says Ian caught masturbating at petrol station.
Who's Ian?
No, that's the headline. Sunderland Echo.
Sunderland. Ian from Sunderland.
Ian from Sunderland been caught, you dirty beggar. That's what we're playing against, a bunch of. Kev 380 says, to give Sunderland the warmest of welcomes on Friday, the road outside the ground will be renamed the Jimmy Hill Way. Or the Jimmy Hill Highway. Excuse me. Nicholas James says, I actually think Ellis will play a massive part in the games ahead. Watch him score the winner in the final. I'm calling that one. Hadji will give another masterclass against Sunderland. He does like a goal or 4 against them.
That's the thing, isn't it? He likes scoring against Sunderland, and as we know by when we spoke to Matty, players have a habit of certain teams they like scoring against.
Yeah.
He got 2 more yesterday, didn't he, Matty Godden?
Yeah, he's nearly there.
Close to 200,
yeah. Are we taking the credit for that as well, Miles?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah. Tom's Dung King. Sounds like some sort of Chinese criminal, doesn't it? Doug King on Talk Sport earlier today was very impressive. Said the recruitment team already has multiple lists of targets if we get promoted or not. We've been told about this in the past, where there will already be deals done on the quiet, depending on what's happening.
Yeah.
They don't get done in the last 5 minutes. They never have and never will be. The Kiss and we will definitely not do a Leicester. We will stay up and be in the Champions League in a few years. Can you imagine that?
That's my next dream. That's my dream, European football. So I obviously missed the FA Cup final. So my dream was to get to see Cov at Wembley. Then my dream was to see us get promoted. My next dream is Europe. So that's what we're aiming for. European football. That's what I want.
Yeah, we got cruelly robbed of that, unfortunately, when we won the FA Cup.
But then I was too young anyway. So that's what I did.
Due to the bad English teams.
The thing is, we only need to finish 14th in no, not 14th. Where Man United?
I know. I was going to say that.
15th or 16th in the Premier League, and they're going to be in the Champions League, so we're all right.
That's if you're in the Euro.
By the time we get in there, they're going to open up more spaces.
They're slowly getting to European League, aren't they? Under the with that.
Well, they got beat again today.
I know. Doug Bolam, I take it you won't need a season ticket next campaign, Claudio, as I assume you'll be taking over from Clive.
Taking over from Clive, are you, Claudio?
Oh, no, that's a commentary. No, I don't fancy that. Mark Patman, well said, Claudio. We can do it if we buy the right players for the Premier League. We can do it like Forest and the likes of. Chris Johnson Adventures wants to see us back in the Premier League before I die. I know. It's been too long, hasn't it, really? Dave Sports Fan, yes, Claudio, I agree. We should take promotion, deal with the consequences. The worst thing is if we come straight back down. So what? No one will die. We'll be the richer and stronger for the experience. Of course, you want to go up. The CBS would be lovely on Match of the Day. Yeah, Liam was. Yeah, we've not been on Match of the Day for 20 odd years. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's grown up as a kid. Grown up as a kid, I just expect to see us on Match of the Day.
But we were the last match, weren't we? We had to wait up to like the last possible moment just to get the clip again.
I think I'm glad that Gary Lineker's leaving, because I think if he was still in there, we probably wouldn't even get an airing.
Yeah. Brian Tully's noticed the pussy in the room. My cat's behind me, yes. He snuck in again. Nicholas James, boy oh boy, did we get the biggest upgrade from Callum O'Hare with Jack Rodoni. He's just different gravy. I mean, he was tying them in knots with his technical ability. I Our tats was immense yesterday. You look at our players; they seem to be stepping right up to the plate at the right time. Hence, we are doing this. What I like about those two players is even when they don't look like they're in control, they seem to still have the ball at the feet. You think, how are they doing this? And the amount of times Jack Rigoni gets down, the both of them get down the line in the space of a foot, somehow keeping the pitch. I think it's brilliant, absolutely fantastic to see. You can't
Both of them yesterday looked like they were falling over. Both of them yesterday looked like they were falling over, and somehow still got a shot. Like they were like stumbling, and then got a shot off. You just think, how have you done that? It's just crazy.
Yeah, Phil Taylor. I'm fuming they are charging season ticket holders an extra £70 for the lounge on Friday after paying a huge amount to go in there this season. No response from Priya or the club. Left a sour taste. That's normal, isn't it? It's not. You just pay. It's
not part of the package. No, it's not part of the package, is it?
You know what though? What I found out, had we played on Thursday, all the corporate areas you wouldn't be able to use it because there's an event.
Oh,
so that
really?
all empty up there. The boxes everywhere. So the fact it's on Friday, that's a big revenue source, isn't it? Can you imagine that? Nightmare.
Yeah.
Not only this is where you need to own your stadium, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's terrible, really. Finn, you never know. We get into the Premier League. A sheikh may come in and buy King out. Yeah, a bit of shake, rattle, and roll. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Marcus J, if you get the tickets, you keep laughing, Vicky. I'll keep doing these dad jokes. Marcus J, if I can get tickets to games, I'm all for us group going up. Ralph Wiggins, did you think we could buy the ground if we managed to get to Premier League with the money we received? Wow. Thing is, though,
it opens other avenues, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also the Luton question, they've not spent their money because they're trying to build their ground. They've paid the price now, haven't they? They should have spent some of that money trying to stay in the Championship.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and they get parachute payment. They'll have about 30 million to spend in the flipping League One. I reckon they've been saying.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, isn't it? Really, how's that fair?
Isn't it 80 million?
I don't know. Well, it gets reduced, isn't it, as you go let down? It's over 3 seasons, isn't it? And Joyner, definitely Miles, really want to see CJ, Hannah, his wife, and all their generation and see what we did. Of course you do. Yeah, my lad is yours as well. Just want to, they want to go to Anfield and places like that, don't they?
Yeah.
Dave Sports Photos, people who want to stay in the champs don't explain what their ambition is. Would their ideal scenario be to finish 7th? Yeah, it's no good moaning about performances and then saying, yeah, but I don't want to go up anyway. So why are you moaning then if we don't get in the playoffs? It's what you want, isn't it? Rob Wilson, everyone who says they don't want us to go to, anyone who says they don't want us to go to with the excuse we're not ready needs to give their head a wobble. I'll do that. That's like saying I don't want to win the lottery yet because I'll just blow it. You have to progress, and just the money to be made from it is worth more than anything. Mark Patman says, "Oh, where are we? Right, just look at some of the players we've brought on, like Hamer, Gyökeres, and we've sold them on for more money. If we spend wise, we can definitely do it. And in the Premiership, Leicester's just sky blue. Let's not forget attendances at Highfield Road and Top Flight was frequently only 15,000. Although from the mid 90s they were 20,000 plus. They had gone up. Definitely after Big Ron turned up." Peter Stevenson, we need to go up. If not now, it needs to be soon. We don't own our own stadium, which puts us at a huge disadvantage. This is why we need to go up. It's should we talk about the Micky Quinn night, Ken? Because we're in 20 minutes.
We can. Well, I'll just quickly go about the fan zone first, yeah? We go on Micky Quinn. We had a great day at the fan zone. Celebratory Fans TV sponsored the event. There we are there with all the pop and crisps and stuff. And we had a couple of volunteers that helped us, and Miles came down as well to have a chat with them and stuff. So it was a good day. It was brilliant. I said there were all sorts of people there, the adults even taking penalty kicks there. Look, not just for the kids. It was very good. So and we had a couple of winners. There's of the water bottle in the raffle, our prize, our quiz, and also there's a guy who actually won the tickets in our quiz on Thursday. We gave them away. Was it Miles? Who was
Spot the ball?
Yeah, spot the ball. You won him. Yeah, that's it. Well, I had to go and meet him, and he accepted the tickets. He come all the way down from Hull, bless him, with his dad to pick them tickets up. So he was delighted with his prize. He got stuck in traffic as well, so I had to wait around for a little bit for him. But yeah, he turned up and he was absolutely delighted, and I'm sure he enjoyed the game. And he's another one of our winners. He won the Celebratory Fans TV Family Zone mug in the quiz. So it was a really good, it was a good day had by all, and I think we enjoyed. You came down, didn't you, Miles, as well, and you enjoyed it, didn't you?
I only come down for a free bag of crisps and some Haribo. No, yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Clive was going around with his
microphone.
Yeah, his microphone tannoy system. Had a little interview with him. It's quite awkward when someone interviews you, isn't it? It's like we do it all the time on here, but like when someone does it to you, you sort of what do I say? But no, it was good, and again, I'm going to go on to it about the fans. The amount of children there,
it's
just ridiculous. Yeah, that was another comment we were Will and I were saying. We were stood in the in the concourse, and we were saying, do you remember when you were kicking the ball around in the family zone inside the ground? Now you can't even get in the family zone inside the ground. They've had to move it outside. And that shows how big the fan zone, just the fan base has grown. And, Will was in there with his cousin, when he was growing up, and that's what they used to do. It was indoors, and there was hardly any kids in there. It was just daft. And now you go up there, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Little shop as well they've got, haven't they? I do want to say, I'm a bit disappointed with the shop. They've got this hat, right? I want this hat. It's a new era hat. Right? I was going to buy it today. They had one left in the family zone shop. I went in to get it. It's 27 quid for a hat. Yeah. Oh, no, I ain't having it. Forget it. Come on.
Ridiculous price.
Yeah. But no, brilliant. And there was a FIFA thing there. We had our picture took, didn't we? We
all had a picture taken with it. It was really good.
Yeah, FC 25 selfie pod, and we had our pictures took, and they come out on a little strip, and you got like photos of us all. That was good, wasn't it?
No, it's brilliant. Yeah.
Really.
The amount of people were there. It was unbelievable. Really, I couldn't believe how busy it was. It was
it was unbelievable.
There's a comment on the Coventry City forum on Facebook about it, Ken.
Is that
from Phil Barrowman? I'll read it out. Just wanted to see if anyone can help me reach out to the guy I kicked a football at in the shooting challenge at the family zone. I absolutely spooned a shot over tables and apparently hit a guy on the head. So I'd like to just apologise. Football's never my strong point, and I'm glad people saw the funny side to it, but I felt so embarrassed. Did you see that, Ken?
I didn't see it. No, it certainly wasn't me hit. So I don't know where that ball went, but no, I didn't see it. But I'm sure if you get in touch with them, I'm sure they're okay. They replied. Go on. What did they say?
Hi, mate. It was me you hit, and I'm absolutely fuming. You knocked me spark out. I had to go to hospital, have a concussion. I missed the game. But what the hell was you doing? I think he's taking the mick.
How on earth do you hit it over? How? It's a blow up thing, isn't it?
Hey, Stuart Pearce. Well, Chris Waddle, World Cup.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how he's done it, to be honest, but yeah, it is a blow up.
Micky Quinn did it as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's it there. That's it there, not behind us.
Yeah.
So how he did that, I don't know. I don't know how the balls came out and missed everybody. I can't believe he's done that. But there you go. He obviously did that.
Ken,
you got a new backdrop
tonight. What's that? badge there?
Sorry, I've got a new backdrop.
What's that badge behind you there?
Yeah, what, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, it's just it's a plate. I think I've shown you before them badges. I've got.
Where's mine?
Well, I'm sure I'll get one for you. You can put up in yours. You haven't got one, yeah? I'll get you one. Don't worry.
So selfish.
I've got no room.
If you've got room, I'm sure you're.
I've had to move these. I've hidden O'Hare now because I can't wait for him to. I'm going to draw some tears on him.
It's a smaller version of your big one there, but it hasn't got the.
So it's a message from James Hawker. Great game, and thanks again for the tickets, guys. Worth the journey down. At least now I can see them at Sunderland, Wembley again. Ole, ole. Yes, it's only down the road, isn't it? As soon as he lives in Hull.
Yeah, he messaged last night and said thank you, and I said, "Oh, at least you got a local one."
Yes, that's true.
Happy days.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Okay, then. So we move on to the Micky Quinn night then, which was fantastic as well.
Yeah. Have we got images on, have we?
We've got some pictures of the Micky Quinn night. That was our setup. Tell us about the backdrop banner, Miles, because it's fantastic, isn't it?
Well, I thought, you see, now, something else I'm going to take credit for. I designed it. I think it looks brilliant.
This is why I asked you to do it.
It arrived Friday. Absolutely superb. And we thought we wanted something for on the stage. I know everyone puts shirts up. We've put some shirts up. But we wanted something up on stage when we're doing these events. And it did look good, if I must say so myself.
No, it does. It looks really professional. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
And
there we are on stage.
Yeah.
Micky Quinn, what a guy.
Tell us how Micky was. How was he? Because, I mean, you spoke to him, obviously. How was he as a person and come across? Very relaxed on the night?
Do you know what? He was such a gent. He was really a real gent. He was brilliant. And he could really have his own stand-up show. He could really do it. He would be brilliant because some of the stories he was telling us, there was over 150 people in the room, which was absolutely fantastic. It's the biggest event they've done. They've had so many people come in. So thank you to everyone that came and, went around the room talking to everyone at halfway through the show. They're all really enjoying Micky Quinn, and he was so relaxed. And it was his birthday as well, and the club got cake. So he was 63, and he was just so nice. And some of the stories he was saying about Bobby Gold was lovely. He was saying how good Bobby Gold was, with him as a player, and how he was as a manager, and the way he loved Cov City and things like that. And when he signed for us, literally on loan at first, wasn't it? And he scored a hat-trick in his first game, and I said to him, "You do know you've just bigged up Bobby Gold. He scored a hat-trick on his debut for Coventry City," and he couldn't believe that. He didn't know that. So Bobby obviously never told him. And he's like, I don't know, he's just he's such a funny guy, and his career's been mad, really. He ended up playing in Greece. He didn't really like it. He was only out there for 10 months, and he come back, and that's when he went in. He dabbled in his horse racing. One of the questions was, "Oh, you've done a little bit of dabbling in horse racing and that," and he sort of cracked up laughing. "Dabbled?" He said, "I'm a trainer." I says, "I know. Claudio wrote the question."
I did not put dabble.
You bloody did. You bloody did dabble. Anyway, I knew I would keep it in because I knew it would gain a laugh. That's why I kept it in, and that's why I said it. And the whole room erupted because I said, "Oh, you've dabbled in a little bit of horse racing." And he went, "Dabbled? I was a trainer." And the whole room just cracked up laughing. And the stories, as I say, about Cov City he's just brilliant. The goals that he scored, and we talked about Arsenal, and he's still he's still the only player in the Premier League to, on his debut season, to score in 6 games, isn't it? Yeah, 6 games.
10 goals in 6 games.
Yeah, 10 goals in 6 games. Aguero and all that only got to 5. They got to 9 goals, wasn't it? I think in 6 games, something like that. And he was saying that he's proud that he's still got that moment, that he can still say that. He said, but all my other records have been broken by some bloke called Haaland. He came on the scene, and I've got none. That's the only record I've got left, because he had loads of records in the Premier League, which was superb. And he's, when he was talking about Liverpool, we spoke, did you ever regret that you never got to play for Liverpool? And he sort of said, no, not really. Because he might, if he had dwelled on it that he couldn't play for his club, he might not have been the player that he became. So he made a right go of it. And he didn't like Derby. He really didn't like playing for Derby in his early days. He thought he didn't last long there. And he don't like Leicester, which went down well in the room. And he was great, absolutely great. And he told us a joke about the Jockey Club the other week, which was brilliant. Something about the jockeys. He says he got a standing ovation, but he couldn't tell if they were standing up. Yeah. And he loved it. And at the end, he had a picture with us all. I think I've got it on here. Excuse me. Have we got it on here? No.
I've got the group picture. It's in your. I haven't got it. It's in your. With your camera.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. There you go. Yeah. So we had a little group picture, then we had one on our own, and he just come up and he said, "What a great night! He really enjoyed it." So absolutely superb. Yeah. And then we've seen Billy Bell. He was there, and then he seen us outside the ground on Saturday, and he come up and he said, Micky Quinn said how much he really enjoyed last night. He absolutely loved it. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys thought.
Brilliant. I thought it was a brilliant night. And we had a couple of winners as well, didn't we, on the raffle? There they are there. This is the guy who won the shirt. We had a raffle on the night. That's Mick
McCandless. Yeah.
Yeah, and guy who won the book. We had all the pies as well. So
sorry, who ate all the pies?
Sorry,
nothing.
So yeah, it was it was a fantastic night had by all, I think, and the whole audience were brilliant, I think. And
also a big thank you to, we had a lot of Sky Blue Fans TV watchers there, and a lot of them came and said hello and thanked us for doing this channel and everything. And basically, there is no channel if people aren't watching, and it's great that you all watch and like and subscribe and tell your friends, dead or alive.
And a lot of them stopped afterwards, after the show was finished, to have a drink and stuff. There was lots of people stayed back. They just didn't all disappear. A lot of them stopped behind and had a drink. So it was really good. Yeah. Really good night.
Yeah, that's when Gordon gave me my picture as well. He says, "I've got something for you." Which was nice. And when you got fans like that out there and they appreciate what we do, it is fantastic. You're right, Claudio. We couldn't do it without them watching. And there is going to be more of these events. It all depends who it is. But hopefully we'll be doing a few more at the Walsgrave, and we'll see what we can do about bringing up some more shows somewhere else. But thanks to the Walsgrave Club, because John, the manager, the owner, he sorted all this out. He phoned Micky Quinn. He got Mickey down there, and it was great because it's really weird because Chris Baker is on the board now at the club, and then John, who owns it, he's a Liverpool fan, so they got on like a house on fire, them two. As you can imagine, but he loved his time at Coventry City. He absolutely loved it. It was just superb. And he loved the fans. He was telling us stories how he used to go out in Coventry with some of the fans, drinking. Oh, what was the Duran story? That was it. He was in a bar in was it Birmingham, wasn't it? No,
Yeah, was it Birmingham?
He was in a bar in Birmingham, and no, TGI's. He was in TGI's in Cov.
Right.
Yeah, TGI's. He went to TGI's, and a taxi pulled up outside, a black minibus, and some guy got out the taxi, and went inside, see Micky Quinn, and says, "Oh, Simon Le Bon's in the car. They've just finished their concert. Can they come in and have something to eat? Just let you know." Anyway, they went in and had something to eat, and they got chatting. Anyway, Simon Le Bon said, "We're going out. We're going to a club, a country club." And Micky Quinn, and he got in the car with him, and they went to go out. And he says, "Oh, where's your mate? One of your mates or whatever. You got any mates who want to come?" So he says, "Oh, my mate didn't want to come out." He says, "I'll tell you what. Why don't we drive to his house? It's in Cov." He said, "Why don't we drive to his house? Knock on his Simon. You get out, go and knock on his door, and say, 'Do you want to come out?'" So anyway, they drive to his house, gets out the taxi, and Simon and Ron knocks on his mate's door, and his mate opens the door. Next thing you know, his mate's in the car, and they've gone off to this country club. Absolutely balmy, isn't it? That Simon Le Bon knocked on someone's door in Coventry and asked them to come out on the town with him. Brilliant. Brilliant. You imagine if Tom Grennan come and knocking on my door and Cheryl answered it. She'll go, "I'm coming with you, Tom. I'm leaving, Miles."
And he told us a couple of stories about the best players he's played with as well. And Robert Rosario was up there, wasn't he? With one of the best strikers he's played with.
Yeah, he said his chemistry with Robert Rosario was absolutely superb. He said they got on so well. And that's, a lot of his goals came from his assists, which he idolised him, really, didn't he? He idolised him. And then he talked about Unlove, Gallagher, and he says, "How many kids has Unlove got now?" About 30. And
33, I think he said.
And,
I think he has got 11,
He's got a lot. Yeah.
And then he goes, John Williams as well. He says, God, he was quick. He was a postman, wasn't he? He says. I said, yeah, he was a postman. He says that those players, when you're playing with them and they're assisting you with the goals and everything else, he said, it's just magical. His best goal, he said, he scored was a diving header against Ipswich. He was facing away from the goal, and he turns his body and his head, and it goes in. And Claudio reminded him of the penalty against Newcastle. He goes, "Thanks for that."
Yeah. Where did it end up, Claudio? The ball?
I said it went over the top of the new build, straight to the sex shop on Swan Street, through the window.
Swan Lane, yeah.
Swan Lane, yeah.
He said it's still travelling. Mickey did.
Yeah.
I said it's still travelling now. But yeah, as I say, it was good. He loved Bobby, and he said when Bobby left, he said the club didn't feel the same. He didn't feel the same. The club didn't feel the same, which sort of put him off. Dion Dublin came in, and I mean he gets on well with Dion. And he just said the club was different under Phil Neal. It was completely different, and he decided to part ways, and went on a couple of loan moves, and then ended up in Greece. But he also mentioned Kenny Sampson as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Kenny Sampson. He says he's in England. Oh yes, and he nearly got picked for England, and it was the San Marino game. So. He said that the newspapers were so nice about him, saying to Graham Taylor, "You've got to pick Micky Quinn. Micky Quinn scored so many goals so far this season. You need to pick Micky Quinn." Well, Graham Taylor didn't pick Micky Quinn. Who did he pick again?
Luther Blissett.
Luther Blissett, who had scored 1 goal in about 30 games in Italy. And then that's it. Yeah, so he nearly got his England cap. He loved his golden boots, but he ain't got them anymore, has he? You know, he ain't got his boots anymore. He wish he still had them. He said that when you get your golden boots, you know that you've achieved something, and it's what you strive to do when you're a striker. You just want to win a golden boot. And you know, he started at the bottom, worked his way up, and got to play in the Premier League with Coventry City, and that's all that mattered. And when Bobby brought him in, he says, right, he says, you have got to score the goals to keep us up, because this Premier League's going to be massive. And he said in his pocket, and this is no lie, he says, in his pocket, he had a betting slip, because Coventry were always favourites to go down every year. So he had a betting slip in his pocket, or in his wallet, that said Coventry to go down 8-1. And he says, Bobby said to me, I'm here to score goals to keep us up. So he screwed up the ticket and threw it on the floor. There you go.
Yeah, it was a fabulous. It was a great night. It was a great night, and I say we got a big thanks to all the team that turned up, and everybody was there, and the management of the club, and Chris and the manager John and Micky, and for giving us a good night. It was great entertainment, and of course we all seen him at the ground as well on Saturday. He was guest of honour with Billy Bell and the former Players Association, so it worked out quite well for him really. At 2 little gigs really on a Friday and a Saturday for him, wasn't it? So it was good.
Also, another great occasion happened yesterday on the pitch at half-time. Do you remember, guys?
David Buist.
Yeah. What did he win with it? Lifetime achievement in football.
Achievement, yeah. That was a surprise, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a lovely gesture, isn't it? Because he's done a lot in Coventry.
Yeah, he didn't expect it at all. No, he got called out and he didn't know nothing about it. He was going to get some sort of award, and then he got it. And yeah, that's fabulous. Dave's a great guy. He's been on the show a couple of times, and he's a great guy, and he deserves it because he does a lot of work for the community, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he, fabulous guy, and well deserved as well. And a big thank you as well to Pat Raybold and all them at the Family Zone, and Clive Brooks and that who helped us out as well on sorting out the tables and that for us on Saturday. It was great, and it's an annual thing that we do every year. So hopefully we'll do it again for next season, even in the Premier League. We'll still do it. So and it's only going to get bigger and better. So big thanks to everybody who was involved in all that. Okay, a bit of sad news. I don't know if everybody's heard this, but Jake Finley passed away. That's ex-Scarborough goalkeeper Jake Finley, age 70, which is a surprise. I didn't realise he was that old. I'm probably a bit younger than that. But a member of the 1987 FA Cup winning squad, signed from Portsmouth in 1986, stayed in at Sky Blues. Was a backup for Oggy for 3 seasons. So our thoughts and prayers go out to all his family and friends. Sad news about Jake. Okay, any more comments then, Claudio, before we wrap up?
Any more comments? I could be here till midnight. I'm not moaning, but yeah, you do an after show. You just keep going with the comments. Ian Small, well done, Ian, for your trip. Obviously, I'm seeing Keith tomorrow, who came over from Canada. Keith, I said he's a lucky charm.
I met Ian yesterday as well. Nice to see him again.
He's a lucky charm for the home games. Great day, just back exhausted. Great performance. Borough pressed us hard. Rudoni is truly sensational and now easily surpass O'Hare's ghost. Brave decision by Frank to play Ben. That alone was a difference. Great to have Bobby back. BTA must start Friday. He looks fit and hungry. Great comment, that is. It's Mad Frankie again. Morris in midfield, top player for Borough. Paul Stratton, tats off the ball yesterday was absolutely immense. What a shift he put in for the team, and what a performance going forward. Rudy's is our loose cannon, must be a nightmare to mark. Oh, I've said it start season. It's when you've got players who are exciting to watch. You want players who get you off the edge of your seat. You want the oohs and ahs, don't you? That's what you want in the football ground. It makes a massive difference. Ralph Wiggins well said, Victoria, a lot of the fans hadn't noticed that about Sims. Nicholas James, could this be the most positive, happy show of the season so far? Aren't we the luckiest fans on the planet to love this special club of ours? The football world is about to witness more special, incredible moments at that only we can deliver. You need to come on the show, Nicholas, to be honest, because I've spoken to you loads of times around the ground, and you'd be good on it. Mark Rainbow, Miles, I love Japan too. Tin Drum is a great album.
Very funny.
Lovely celebration yesterday, but it was measured. Bristol going wild and have achieved nothing. I know they're on the pitch and everything, weren't they? How grown up are we now?
I know.
Well, it's interesting because I don't know if you've seen the pictures, Miles, of them all outside the harbour in Plymouth, where we were just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, the Leeds fans. They're all in that harbour area, and they were jumping off that wall into the water.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. I thought, bloody hell, they were watching it, and I thought we were there a couple of weeks ago.
I thought it was great. They said no fans on the pitch, and we did that. We're all grown up now. We're acting like a big club, aren't we? I like it.
Yeah. I always think about the running on the pitch thing. Like, one of my favourite moments is Notts County away, and when you look back at the videos and you've got the players singing out like that interaction. I think the trouble is, if you're on the pitch, you lose that. And it's just better for me. That's just my little video.
I agree. I mean, I like that interaction. I think it's brilliant. But it would be nice just to run on the pitch.
You have trouble getting up the stairs at the minute. Don't you running anywhere?
I'm telling you now, I'm on that pitch on Friday.
Gordon Telliart, Claudio is a great pilot, flew all the big stars, Buddy Holly, Jim Reeves, Glenn Miller.
Getting on a bit now, bless them. But
no, they're not alive. They all died in plane crashes. That's what it's saying. Mark Rainbow, 9 goals and 13 assists, worth every penny. Where are we? Doug Bolam, Jada Silver doing Can't You Get You Out of My Head was class on City and Scene. What a win yesterday, says Danny Drury. Assassins Unite, we're all just the players on the performances, but Sante, like Mason Clark and Wilson, others have been playing with injuries. Mick Kelly, Claudio, you've been watching Mobsters. I need to watch that. It looks quite good, actually. Wayne Goes, brilliant game. No reason why it's what, sorry?
Mobland's better.
Mobland. Wayne Goes, brilliant game. No reason why we can't go on and win the playoffs. Our players tend to rise to big occasions. 4 teams in the playoffs, 3 playing in red, 1 in blue. So whoever we get in the final, it'll be a sky blue day.
Sky blue.
Yeah, we're not wearing that white kit ever again.
Yeah, like sky blue kit.
Although I have just bought it online.
Have you?
Oh, did we just?
Oh, yeah. I've got to get it in. It's got to go in the collection, isn't it?
Collection is one of the worst kits.
It'd be worth thousands in about 10 years' time.
Day Sports Photos, your maths is better than any Aluco, Claudio. Yes, because they'd scored, yeah.
What's she done now?
Didn't she say that's a goal a game? And they'd scored like so many goals.
Yeah.
Instead of saying a goal every other game, she said it's a goal a game.
Yeah.
The pundits all went, what? What's she saying? Yes. All right. Atmosphere was enhanced yesterday with almost all of the hospitality watching the game. It was good. It was good.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see. Just say about the hospitality. It was nice to see all that blue seats up top filled.
Yeah. Well, Lee down. I split my muesli laughing at Cloud's impression of Mad Frankie Fraser. Also, her hair used to fall over constantly. Rudoni much better, an all-rounder. They have a lift at Sunderland. I know because I have used it, says Paul Cuttiford. Claudio, can we have the elephant impression to boost us ready for Sunderland? I can't keep doing it all the time. It's going to devalue it, isn't it? Marky Boy, I think we all need to hear Claudio's pilot impression. Heard he does a cracking safety announcement. Costa 51, Lee Dan made me laugh out loud too. Must be the Italian mafia in him. All I do is listen to criminal podcasts all the time. I don't know why. I don't know what. Don't worry, I'm not. Nicholas James. Let's get back to something sensible. Nicholas James. I just felt that Ben Wilson's save from Azaz and his clearance when he ran out of the box were on par, important wise, as the goals. Brandon's pace made a difference in that latter part of the game, and that thunderbolt that hit the post too. Yes, he did. He had a great shot, didn't he? He certainly put his hand up to Frank with his contribution. And I like the way when he scored Rodoni, how he went running to Sante and Sante was pointing at Rodoni. I thought it's just sharing the moment. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Lee Dan reckons I've got Italian minders with me at the prawn sarnie stand. Rob Wilson, it's always easier watching it back next day when you know you score, Claudio. It's true. Yeah, but sometimes when you analyse it, you actually think, why was I worried? Because they look like they're never going to score watching it back again. Lee Lishman, oh dear. I cut the lawn today. My hay fever's doing me in now. Lee Lishman, Wilson, Tats, Rodoni, all excellent. Wrap them up in cotton wool. Will EMC feature and right in the middle? Sunderland look like they've shot their bolt too early. Hope the confident Cov turn up on Friday. The atmosphere is going to be different level because of who we're playing against, I think, as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we talk about this daft rivalry and all that. It's going to be off the scale on Friday.
And it's a night match as well.
Can we all wear Jimmy Hill masks?
We could.
Can we get it circulating? Everyone to wear Jimmy Hill masks.
Have them on the seats. Club provide.
Yeah. Doug, you're watching. Good evening, mate. Can you put some Jimmy Hill masks on every seat, please? Thank you.
For all the fans, that'd be great.
Oh, Mad Frankie's come on. He's got, Lee, do you need to send some associates round? That's how he talks.
Is that meant to be a London accent?
I don't know what it is. It's meant to be a hard man. That's how they talk. Jason Statham, he does the same thing. He's a bit like the one from Sheffield, Sean Bean. Hey, he always gets killed, doesn't he? And he's always, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're meant to be an American, Sean. I'll just do this northern accent, thanks. He just does the same accent. Even in Game of Thrones, northern. Don't matter what it is. You know. Anyway.
Well, are we at the end of the messages yet?
Almost. Shall I do one more, Mad Frankie? I have a snout in the laundry at the Coombe Abbey. Consider it done. I'll say what. I love all these people. Absolutely fantastic. Some great comments. Mark, enjoy the show. Watching from Dubai. Thanks, everybody.
Nice, Dubai.
Yeah, have a drink on us.
Very expensive there.
Yeah, I know.
They had a little get together, didn't they? They had to get together and watch the match together. I saw they had a group. That was nice.
You say it's expensive there, Ken. There's a bar in Leamington charging £7 for lager. If you want it at your table, they'll bring it over for £9.
Who's that?
That new place down the bottom of town where the Colonnade used to be.
They bring it over to you, £9.
Yeah. Order at the table, yeah, an extra £2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's about £12 a pint in Dubai.
People in Leamington will pay it, they say. That's idiots.
I won't pay it.
So rounds of possibility. I'll get some comments on for people who've, because loads of you have said stuff. Seems fair to move it around a bit. Rounds of possibility. Think with Hadji, he'll do some weird plays. That is frustrating, but then he'll pull up an amazing goal out of nowhere or three. And we're going on a bit now, so I'm gonna. Well, where should we finish off?
Well, we just got to do a couple more announcements.
Yeah, there's a couple more things. Let me just put this up quick before we remind everybody. Play the season. Get your votes in, please. ScarberryFansTV@gmail.com. This is email only, please. You can win yourself a home or away shirt for next season. So get your votes in ASAP, please, on that. Also, we just got to remind you of Coach Travel. If you are going to Sunderland away leg next week on Tuesday, there is coaches available. Big Travel, Coach Travel provider, ccfctravel.co.uk. Get your coaches booked. And if you're going by car or away or home, you can go to coventryparking.co.uk, and they have secure parking available at home and away grounds up and down the country. And just a reminder of this Keaton's Day, which is a different venue now. It's the RFC Coventrians Rugby Club on the 12th of July. Admission only £1, and all the great causes that goes to. That's going to be a fantastic day for that event for Keaton's Day. That's really going to be really good. So if you get yourself down there, that'll be fantastic. Right. Have we got any more comments to finish on, or we're going to wrap up? Because it's 9:45.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I need to go in and get a drink.
Well, Lee Dan says, Miles, imagine the price of merchandise if we go up to the Premier League. Don't worry, Miles will still pay it. And Paul, we'll leave it with this. Paul Stratton got to ground yesterday at 11 a.m, had to queue for 45 minutes for a pint. What an absolutely amazing day and atmosphere. The good days are back. And here's a message from Frankie. He says, keep watching the channel. We know where you live.
Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I'm going to give you a visit.
And we're sorry we couldn't read everyone's messages tonight, because there is so many, and we can't stay here all night. But it is fantastic. Thank you, everybody. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Miles, for coming on tonight, and thanks, Claudio, normal, and thank you, Vicky.
Thursday show.
Very much. Yeah, Thursday. Tell us what's going on Thursday, Miles, because we've got a Sunderland fan, I believe, as well.
Well, we're having a show.
Yeah, Sunderland.
We thought last Thursday was going to be the last show on a Thursday of the season, but it's not. So I'm glad we're playing Friday, because we were out to move the show to Wednesday. And Claudio went yesterday. He goes, "What for?" I said, "Because we were playing on the Thursday."
Well, actually, now this is a serious question. Do we want to do the show Wednesday, or do we want to watch the other game on Thursday?
Oh.
Are we worried about?
I won't be allowed to watch the game.
Why not?
Got no chance.
I'd like to watch the other game.
I've got no chance watching the game on Thursday if I'm going on Friday. I reckon I know what we should do.
Is have it on?
Are we all available Thursday?
Yeah,
right.
Have it on while we're doing the show.
Right. Why don't we?
I'm working.
Why don't we all meet up at a pub? Right. Okay, we'll take one computer and we'll put a camera up and a microphone, and we'll talk crap about the game Thursday.
I can do that from my own home.
No, let's have a chat off screen. We'll let you know if we're going to do it Wednesday or Thursday.
We'll let you know. But what we will say is 2 massive games for the Sky Blues coming up against Sunderland. They're the team we wanted to play. They're the team we've got. So we've got to get behind the lads. We've got to get behind Frank and the lads and support the Sky Blues now. We're that close to getting back to Wembley. I'm sure we can do it, can't we? There we go. A little back to Wembley poster there come up. And very nice.
Neil Jakes has done it. He's just commented, actually. He said, we're missing Jack in the Hat. But he's made that. That's brilliant, isn't it? Back to the Future.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. It's a great poster. Back to Wembley again, hopefully. 2 massive games coming up. Let's make the CBS Arena a fortress and make it so loud that Sunderland are drowned out and go home empty-handed, obviously, on Friday. Don't forget to tune in on Thursday then for our show, hopefully. Does the show have a watch-along? Well, I don't know, not at the moment, but we possibly could do that in the future.
That's what we're on about Thursday.
Eh?
That's what we're on about Thursday.
We could do it Thursday. I mean, I can't. I'll be at work, but obviously you can do it in the pub if you're capable of getting there. Yeah, be good.
I know a pub we could use.
Go on, what is it? What pub? Name
the
it
old
then.
Shepherd. The old Shepherd.
Yeah, possibly.
Or the old Clarence.
Old Clarence, yeah, it's a possibility.
That's close.
Well, we'll have a chat about it, and we'll have a chat about it, and then we can announce it all on social media, and hopefully get a few people down there watching it with us. That'd be good.
Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? If we all sat around the camera, getting
our live reactions.
Yeah. Imagine if you got 100 of us sitting around the camera just watching the game.
No, that'd be brilliant, actually. Yeah.
Great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Well, hopefully that'll happen. We'll stay tuned and we'll let you know exactly if that's going to happen. And anyway, look, it's massive games coming up. We've got to go because the time's dragging on. Thanks for all the comments. Sorry if we didn't read them out, but there was so many. Obviously, we couldn't get to everybody, and poor Claudio is worn out and his voice is running out. As you can tell, it's a bit croaky. So a big play up Sky Blues, and we'll see you see CBS on Friday and the live show hopefully on Thursday or watch along as well. Very good night, big play up Sky Blues. Good night. Thanks
play up Sky Blues.
Come on, you Super Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.